I do agree with you on that decision. So I'm just waiting for this to start up, and then we're off to the races. Make sure that's good. I'm gonna just get my phone and make sure it's on the page.
Blow drying their hair?
Sounds like it.
Hey, Jade and Mello, how are you?
I'm all right, It's hot as shit over here.
Congratulations on your Amazon show.
Oh, thanks, man. Hopefully everyone forgets that when I try these new jokes out.
Pete Munoz has some skinny dude setting up his microphone. Oh, that was Steven Souza. Emerging pictures.
I still don't know how to do that background thing. It should be so simple, but
it's pretty cool.
Are you on a phone or on a laptop, AJ?
I'm on a phone, but I realized the computer I have has a little camera in it, so I just need to not be lazy and try and see if that'll work better that way, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, there you go. You can't do it on a phone, that's why.
Oh, you can't do it on a phone?
No,
okay.
You cannot.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Don't feel stupid now.
No, I don't have to feel stupid.
Don't feel stupid because there's someone right now getting kicked out of a Red Lobster.
And it's not you. Not today, anyway.
Or 7-Eleven before even going inside.
I went live to the wrong page, so I wanted to start all over.
It's going to be a little kicked out of 7-Eleven. Shit.
I remember when they called it 11-11.
I'll never forget that.
No, you won't. Because that never happened.
Yeah.
This is working. Yeah, we're on. Okay. Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Hypothetical Comedy Open Mic, or as I like to call it, Did You Skip Me? Or as I also like to call it, Am I Muted? Those are just things I like to call it. That's not the real name of it. I'm vegan now. I've been vegan for about 7 days, and I just want to make sure everybody knows. It's really hard to find restaurants that will accommodate my dietary needs, though, Like, I went to this restaurant the other day, and I was like, excuse me, what's your best vegan dish with meat? They didn't have nothing. It's terrible. Oh, somebody's getting... I think Paul's getting a text message over there. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to not hear that, actually. I'm just kidding. Today, my wife and I went out to lunch. We went out to lunch, and she was like, hey, I'm really proud of you. You've been doing well on your new diet. I looked at the beer menu. You can have any beer you want. And then she went to the bathroom, and I called the waiter over. I'm like, hey, come here. Go get me a beer with a steak in it. And he's like, what? I go, look, I don't got a lot of time here, okay? I don't got a lot of time here. Go in the back, cook a steak, put it in a beer, and bring it to me. Call it Ale 1. I don't have to worry about COVID anymore because my plant-based vegan God will protect me. I used to, though. I used to have to worry about COVID, like last week because I wasn't vegan then. I remember I went to work and I was leaving in such a hurry. When I got there, I realized instead of grabbing my mask, I grabbed a pair of underwear. Yeah, that was a shitty day. Last night, I was getting ready to go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, and my wife woke up to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, wait, before you go back to sleep, let me tell you about this joke I'm working on. And the situation ended with her saying, I hate you, and going back to sleep. Yeah, it was sad. The joke went like this. It said, I enrolled my dog into a martial arts class. It's called Taekwondo Doberman. And that joke almost ended my marriage, you guys. It did. It almost did. They say that you're never supposed to date a comedian. I do agree with that. The reason why I would never date a comedian is because my wife is also a comedian, and she might know her. It's true. It's a true story. I live in Tracy, California. If you've never heard of Tracy, I don't blame you. You know, it's a very sad town. The saddest part is that I'm the second most famous person here, besides MC Hammer. Yeah. I'm not supposed to tell you guys this, but I have been in talks with Hulu. They're like, here's your bill. And I'm like, here's some money. All right, you guys. Now that I get you all nice and cooled down, let's move this thing along. So I'm going to bring out your first comic tonight. She is our feature act. We're going to do this now. This feature, I really like it. You know, where you spotlight a comic and you put them up front and they do a nice set. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our feature for Hypothetical Comedy is Miss Stephanie Knowles.
Woo!
Woo!
All right, Steph.
Hello. I want to first introduce you guys to my yoga class, where we do interpretational dance of random objects. Our first object that we will be dancing as is a lighthouse. It goes a little like this.
The fuck?
And then we have the helicopter. It goes a little something like this.
Oh shit. Pretty good.
Mayday! 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 Oh shit! And that's an explosion. You know, my name's Stephanie, and I like to invent stuff because we have a lot of quarantine time. We have a lot of time on our hands, and I've decided to spend my time inventing shit.
Yeah.
My first invention I'd like to bring to you today is rainbow poop, oh rainbow poop, add a little color to your number 2. If you're bored, just eat a tap, then 5-7 hours and you'll be so glad. Introducing new rainbow poop, the only chewable tablet that dyes your fecal matter in a wide variety of color. If you're bored, just eat a tablet and 5 to 7 hours later, you will be shitting a rainbow. You know what? You might even be the next Bob Ross. Mommy. Mom. Yes, darling. Oh, I made my first rainbow poop. I really want you to come and see it, Mommy. Oh, I want you to come see my rainbow poop. Okay, honey, let's go see this rainbow poop. Oh God, are those happy clouds on the ceiling, honey? Oh God, are those happy trees running down the wall here, honey? Oh God, am I standing in a happy pond? Rainbow poop, oh rainbow poop, add a little color to your number 2. Let me just say that invention did not go so well. I kind of stopped inventing after that because I was just like, I was done with it. But you know what I wasn't done with? The other day, I met your mom. Yeah, it's your mom. I don't know who I'm pointing to, but it's probably multiple of your mothers that I have met. And let me just say that your mom is so fucking fabulous, okay? She's so fabulous that when I ate her out, she squirted glitter. I got the first ever glacial, which if you put 2 and 2 together, glitter facial. It was wonderful. You know, magical even. But then I found out a couple of weeks later when I went to Planned Parenthood that I got the first ever confirmed case of the glurpies. Because once you got the glitter, there's just no going back. See, I also do drag. And back in the days before COVID, I would come home and like sit on my toilet like the next morning and I'd be wiping myself and I'd just find this like random glitter, but I didn't know whose glitter it was. But then it dawned on me, oh yeah, it's your mom's. And as I sat on that toilet, I like to smoke weed. I invented a new way to smoke weed on this toilet. I have a dedicated bathroom bong, and I call this the hittin' shit. So you sit down on your toilet. You're already sitting on your toilet, most likely. You have your bong in your lap. Okay, you load it up as big as possible, and then you just toke the biggest rip possible, okay? You're sitting there. Plop, plop, plop. Plop, plop, plop. And then you realize, because you're so fucking high, that you've got to dick bong when your bong's between your legs and it looks like a dick. Dick bong when your bong's between your legs and it looks like a dick. Grind her up, load her up, toke her up. Dick bong when your bong's between your legs and it looks like a dick. That's a big glass dick. Don't shatter that dick. Yeah, it's not a good idea to shatter that dick, okay? Let me just say, Kanye tried to run for president. I hadn't, yeah, I'm just gonna skip jokes there, but Kanye tried to run for president, and there's a lot of people out there that say Kanye uses people, and I'm in agreement, but you know what, I say he actually uses people, because he just creates his own world out there. Any of y'all ride public transportation out there?
Woo.
Yeah. Have you ever encountered a guy jacking off on public transit? I have.
Ooh.
And I was just sitting on the bus and I'm like looking over at him and I'm like, holy shit, man. Could you please not jack off on the bus, on the bus in front of us? Could you not jack off on the bus in front of us? Could you not touch your weenie when you're standing in between all of us? Could you not jack off on the bus? Thank you. No.
Yeah.
He promptly stopped jacking off on the bus. Because how many times are you going to have someone come up to you in a full Broadway production with backup dancers asking you to not jack off on the bus? Probably never. But I'm here to change that, y'all. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for all of y'all. Because dial 1-800, could you please not jack off on the bus? And I will be there for you. I will be there for you and you and you and you and all of you. Because that is my duty. Okay? 1-800, could you please not jack off on the bus? I have one last PSA for you guys before I go, and that is to never trust a fart. Trust me on this. Never trust a fart. Because I was sitting on yet another bus, and it just hit me, and I decided to just trust this fart, and it was just a little fart. Just a little fart, then I shat my pants. No, just a little fart. Just a little fart, then I shat my pants. I felt it dripping down my legs. Then I needed to go home and change. Oh, it was just a little fart. Well, as the shit dripped down my legs, I felt a vibration in my pocket. And I picked it up, and it was someone from the 1-800, could you please not jack off on the bus hotline calling me. Turns out this guy's actually on the bus 3 rows behind me. I get up triumphantly, and I walk over to him, and I'm like, hey, could you please not jack off on the bus? And I got tackled by 3 people, and from the Rensselaer, Indiana bus system, because nobody wants someone who just shat their pants to do the can. Thank you guys very much. I've been Stephanie.
Hell yeah. All right, Stephanie Knowles, everybody. Keep it going for Stephanie Knowles. Woo! I mean, you guys don't have to, I guess, if you don't want to listen to me, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm only in charge of this place, but that's okay. I have a mute on my mouse. Are you muted? No. Oh, okay. I'm not muted. They just act like I'm muted. That's why I always think I'm muted. You guys made me like self-conscious, you know? It's fucked up, man. I just got a text message, but now I'm going to bring up your first comic. Oh, actually, our first comic is not here, but that's okay. We're going to go to number 2. You guys ready? Number 2. Give it up for your number 2 tonight. Winston Hodges, everybody. Winston Hodges.
Cool. Awesome. Sweet. Thanks for hanging out. So let's see if I can get this thing back to gallery view where I want it to be. All right, let's try jokes. I just gave my 2 weeks notice at my teaching job. Very excited about that. Also, it's ridiculous that teachers are allowed to give a 2 weeks notice.
Yeah, fuck kids.
That is not a job where people should be allowed to stick around after they've given up. That's not like not even a little bit. Like that's mind-blowing to me that I was able to like I'm about to do so much damage with the miseducation that I'm about to do over the next 2 weeks. We're going to finally learn the things that I think my students should be learning about in history, okay? I can't wait for my students to come in and be like, Mr. Hodges, what are we learning about today? And then I get to be like, put your fucking mask on, pussy. We're going to learn how to throw tear gas back at the cops. Let's go. Let's do this shit. But I teach in rural Virginia, so I got some Republican students, so I got some stuff for them too, all right? I look out for my students, okay? Half the class is going to be throwing tear gas, and the other half, we're putting the statues back up, okay? I got something for everybody. We're going to have a pretty fun time. We're going to tie a rope to the back of the bus and do pretty well. I'm excited. I don't like, good smooth transition here. I don't like... transphobes. I think transphobic people are ridiculous because they don't have very good arguments for why they don't like trans people. I think one of the worst arguments I heard is this dude was like, Winston, all trans women are trying to do is trick people into fucking them. And I had to be like, yeah, that's how sex works. Do you not understand how that's just how sex works for every human being? I can't remember the last time anyone's ever slept with me and it didn't start with a series of tricks and illusions in the bar, okay? There's no way. Yeah, it's just me walking around like, hey, my name's Winston. I'm an astronaut lawyer. So who's trying to go to the moon? All right, who wants to do this? I'll be outside in my size 19 shoes. So you guys want to go and do that? I remember when like the Kavanaugh situation was going on with the Supreme Court. I had a buddy that was like, Winston, see, this is why I could never be on the Supreme Court. All this Me Too bullshit. And I was like, that's why you couldn't be on the Supreme Court? That's crazy. Because I don't think I could be on the Supreme Court because I have no education. I think that's the reason, actually, that I'm not qualified. We dropped out of the same high school, Derek. So I think, well, you fucking lose. Like, I have no woman that's ever going to accuse me of sexual assault, but I live in fear every day of an ex logging onto a Zoom show and being like, hey, Winston, do you want to tell everybody on the Zoom how come you think the word on is pronounced crown? Do you want to do that for everybody in here? You want to show everyone how big of an idiot you are? Maybe you want to tell them that up until 2 years ago, you thought everybody sang happy birthday to Jesus at Christmas. Do you want to do that? How you thought that wasn't just your crazy family? That was just like a fun thing that everybody got to do, a nice little Yuletide tradition. I don't know. I got like a Fitbit recently, which is pretty cool. I like my Fitbit. My Fitbit tracks my sleep. I don't know if anyone has a Fitbit that tracks their sleep, which is pretty cool because it means I paid $150 for a piece of technology to be like, Winston, you don't fucking know how to sleep. I don't know if you knew that at all, but you're bad at it. You are bad at sleeping. You know that thing that people just do when they've been awake super long? Yeah, you fucking suck at it. You're not a good sleeper. My Fitbit gives me a number score. I am literally failing at sleep. I got an F in sleep this week. I'm averaging a 54. Even on a 10-point scale, that's an F. I'm not doing great, okay? I'm losing my fucking mind here. I'll get out of here on this fucking last joke or whatever. We're having a good time. My girlfriend bought me my Fitbit. She's super fun. When we went to go pick it up, the lady who tried to sell it to us was like, Winston, do you know what Fitbit is short for? And I was like, oh no, what's it short for? And she goes, fitness, bitch. And then I killed her. I killed that lady in the Target. I murdered her in front of her manager and was like, there can be only one. Sam, thanks so much for having me. This was great. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hell yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right.
Keep going for Winston, everybody. And what a professional, because I forgot to lie to him and he did 5 minutes on the button. All right.
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Woo. Thank you, Winston. Thank you very much for hanging out. You're fucking awesome. Let's bring up your next comic. I'm just gonna keep this thing going because there's like a million comics and you guys don't want to hear my shit. Your next comic, he is rocking the fucking stage in Sacramento, California. Get it for Robert Barry, everybody. Robert Barry.
Yeah. Oh my God! Thanks, everybody. Boy, dating life sure is tough these days. I was talking to my uncle. He told me he married a horse. My uncle married a horse. He said he was looking for a stable relationship. The sick part of that story, he's been grooming her for the last 5 years. You know, people talk about horses. What's the thing about horses? They always say like, "Oh, someone's hung like a horse," right? Like horses are great because they're known for their giant cocks, and people always say like, "Oh, look at that person, he's hung like a horse." But that's very sexist. It really discriminates against female horses. Nobody ever says, "Wow, look at that girl, she's got like a super deep horse pussy." You guys agree to use super deep horse pussy for your next band name if you like. Hey, who's the drunkest person here tonight besides me? Anybody? Who of all the Brady Bunch squares here? Who's had the most?
I've had about 8 beers.
8 beers for Pete Munoz.
Yeah.
I want to see Sublime with Rum. I'm in Ventura. So I want
nice.
to see Sublime with Rum. So I've been drinking since about 11 o'clock this morning.
You've been drinking since 11 o'clock? Pete, you got like a pillow on your face already.
I'm still chilling, though. Hey, I'm still chilling. I got
That's
this.
good. That's good. I'm a big fan of alcohol. I'm what they call a boozeaholic. But I had this thing called Not Your Father's Root Beer. You guys ever tried that? Not Your Father's Root Beer. It's just like regular root beer, only it's not like your father's root beer because there's no booze in it. So it might be like Danny's root beer. But Not Your Father's Root Beer is very popular. They came out with new flavors like Not Your Father's Ginger Ale, Not Your Father's Orange Soda. But like many good things, they took it a little too far. They just came out with a new one, Not Your Father's Semen. And it's totally false advertising, folks. It tastes exactly like my father's semen. I don't know what I'm trying to be, I'm trying to do these Zoom shows, trying to stay relevant on comedy during these tough quarantine times. And so I'm trying to do challenges on Facebook. Like they have all these challenges you can do. Like they have the throw cheese on a baby's face challenge even on Facebook. You guys seen that? Like some motherfucker, like he had a piece of cheese in his hand. And he sees a baby there and he throws cheese on a baby's face. And the baby's like, I get this cheese off my face. And he puts it on Facebook. And instead of someone calling Child Protective Services like a good citizen, no, thousands of people just copy this guy. Becomes a viral sensation. So I thought, I'm going to throw cheese on a baby's face. So I threw cheese on a baby's face, and the mom was furious. She said, why did you throw cheese on my baby's face? I can't believe you threw cheese on my baby's face. And I said, ma'am, if you didn't want me to throw cheese on your baby's face, maybe you should have had a closed casket funeral. That's what I'm saying there. I'm going to turn it back over to our host, Sam Medina, great fella. I was talking about how the show started, and I said, Sam, you can go back in time and have sex with any famous historical figure, who would it be? And Sam said, Robert, I go back to 1938 and I'd let Dr. Albert Einstein jack me off. Wow. Sam, that's a stroke of genius. I don't know how you came up with that. Oh. Peace out.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Yeah.
Woo!
Robert. For Robert Berry. It's an honor to have you here, Robert. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this guy on for a couple of weeks now. He's a busy man. He's a busy man. All right, let's keep this thing rolling.
I'm not that busy.
Okay. He's not that busy, you guys. Booking for all your shows. This next comic, you guys, coming to the stage, give it up for AJ DeMello, everybody. AJ DeMello.
Yeah.
Oh, AJ. As seen on Amazon Prime.
No, he wasn't, you guys. I swear.
I had this weird thing happen to me. I have this older guy on the street of my neighbors I buy weed off of. He brought over like this really big bag of weed the last time, and he was noticeably drunk. And he was like, "Hey man, I'll give you this big bag if you go to bed with me." And I don't really swing that way. I had to let him down, but it's kind of scarred me, Like now every time someone offers me weed, I'm like, "Hey, I'll smoke, but I'm not gonna sleep with you, man." Like this is a weird situation. Joke number one, killed it.
Agreed.
After I started smoking weed at 13, I wasn't great with words. I was just great at getting them wrong. Like the first time I heard the word meditate, I thought it meant to imitate a first aid kit. Like that. But I'm so bored in quarantine and so stoned that I swear to God, this is true. I baked 3 cakes in a 6-day span. Okay. And because I was eating them too fast, I had to throw away half of each cake within an hour of making it. Okay. Which I don't feel bad about. All right. Some people might say, "Oh, it's wasteful," but it's like, if you add up all the cake uneaten there, that's like at least 3 more weeks of life I'll have, if you do the math, carry the 2. Let's hop back to my existence for a second. Let's try this out. So I feel like I got lucky the day I was conceived because my mom and dad used to live in San Francisco. So if they hadn't finished having sex right before the 1989 earthquake hit, my dad might have just naturally been forced to pull out. Or I guess of a pull out or jiggle, like a loose nail in a windstorm, like it takes a second. I don't know. Anyway, it's not like they were in love though, it was like revenge, angry breakup sex that Mother Nature thankfully decided not to spoil. And I'm here now, so I am thankful. But it is weird to think about my mom and dad's relationship because they had a wedding, yet not one day since I was conceived have they legally been together. That means my parents were married and divorced before I could even swim a lap in my dad's ball sack. It sounds cutesy rather than funny. I get it. This is another weird thing. This is true. I bought a lot of cough drops in bulk at the start of this quarantine trying to save money. But now they've actually become like my candy because I haven't gotten sick, So and I already got anxiety to, so to do this any longer, it's hard. I was walking my dog the other day and I was walking past these people fumbling this cough drop out of its wrapper. They're not staring at me. they're not staring at me as I try to put the cough drop in my mouth, forgetting I have a mask over my face. Has anybody ever done that? You relate to that? No? Killing it. Let's move on. Next joke. I don't want to go. To show you a couple of good ones. Aliens. These fucking aliens are coming, guys. Hear about this? Pentagon's going to release info. You know, I hope that includes plans to defend against them. You know, like I don't even know if this is a solution, but I've been wearing tinfoil underwear. You know, like, let them read my mind, but there's no way they can just get in my pants, right? At least that's what I figure. I got some ideas, though. If aliens come in close, like attach a stun gun to the end of a selfie stick, you know, that I can keep 6 feet, and I might end up making it look like an ET finger, you know, give them a little ouch, motherfuckers, you know, something like that. I'm dyslexic too, guys. So like sometimes I don't just screw up words, but phrases. I'd be a terrible little league coach. Like, come on, boys, you gotta get hard or go home. I mean, anyone else notice the phrase "no justice, no peace" kind of sounds like two white parents crossing off baby names not to use? Last thing I'll say, you know, guys, as you can see, I have some controversial opinions. Like, personally, I don't think Space Jam was real. But yeah, that's for my time. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
Right.
Woo!
Yeah. All right, AJ DeMello, everybody, give it up for AJ.
Yeah. All right, AJ.
Yeah. All right, let's get this thing going. Your next comic, she's really funny. From Chicago, get up for Katie Zane, everybody.
Woo! Thanks so much, Sam. And AJ, I just want to give you like a pro tip. If you bake that many cakes, just ask your neighbors if they want some, but only if you do it as creepy as I did, which is I left these weird postcards on everybody's doors asking them if they wanted cake. Some of them don't know who I am. It worked out. I got rid of like most of my cake. Just saying. People will think you're a serial killer or something, but you'll get rid of your cake. It'll be fine.
Sure.
Don't throw away perfectly good cake. Like the fatness in me gets really sad hearing about thrown away cake. So much to the point that I'm using some of my set to tell you how not to waste cake, because that's how much I care about baked goods. I'm just saying. Anyways, so yeah, this pandemic has been hard on me. In some ways I've thrived because I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life, and so I'm sort of built for shit like this. But also I've been finding myself recently just missing being in a mental institution. Because, and I'll explain, because when you're in the mental institution, if you've never gotten to have that luxury, they bring you snacks twice a day. And there's choices. There's like chocolate pudding and crackers. You put them shit together. It's like the best thing in the world. This is like an inside baseball prison tip, by the way, in case you've never been to a mental ward. But like also in a mental ward, when you're stressed out, they'll be like, would you like a Xanax or a Klonopin? Which would you prefer? And the thing is, there's no nurses going door to door right now being like, excuse me, are you okay? Would you like one of these? That's not a thing. And if I was in the mental ward, I'd have all the benzos that I would like. I would not be stressed out whatsoever. It's fine. It's cool. You guys seem like you're very mentally well, and so you don't have a lot of reference for what I'm talking about, and that's fine. Good for you. Good for you. Good on you. Good on you. Don't have to rub in your good mental health, guys. No, it's fine. When I was in the hospital last time, which was just, by the way, I had my breakdown perfectly timed for the pandemic. I was literally in the hospital about 2 weeks before lockdown started. So I was good. I was like, I picked the perfect time to want to kill myself because now I'm not going to get coronavirus. So everything's okay. They also gave me a new medication when I was in there. And at the time I was reading the side effects. And there was one on there at the time that I was like, this is fucked up. I can't believe this is on this list of side effects. And now I find myself wanting this particular side effect. And the reason why is because it's dementia. One of my medications can cause dementia. It's fine. I'm not anxious anymore. I just don't know my name. That's cool. That's cool. That's like a way to live. Everybody wants to do that. But to be honest, like, it's fine. I do have this, like, everyone might have like a thought that gets them through the day, especially right now, like just this like one thought. For me, that thought and the knowledge really is that I have a face that a serial killer probably does not want. And the reason I say that is that it's not I think a lot of people hear that and they don't want to laugh because they're like, oh, she's making fun of herself. No, I just only look like my mother. And if you know anything about serial killers, they kill people that kind of all look the same. So if anybody else in the Zoom meeting, like you have a weird little face or you're uniquely beautiful like myself, that's saving your life. So enjoy being weird. Embrace like, oh, I'm strange looking. Cool. It's keeping you alive. That's all I'm saying. So now you guys can also have this thought in case you also feel like you fit into the same category. Let's see. I think that's everything I wanted to work on, Sam. So thank you so much for this time.
Awesome. Hell
I appreciate you.
Thank you, Katie. Katie's in, everybody. Keep it going. Let her hear it. You guys never do. That's okay. Let's get this thing moving along, you guys. Your next comic, he's also in Chicago. Get up for Michael Cooper, everybody.
Woo!
How's it going, y'all? I'm actually in the same apartment as Katie. I mention that because sometimes I forget to mention it, and then at the end, I'll after saying the crazy shit I say during my set, all people will see is this innocent woman staring at her computer screen, and then just me walking up behind her like the beginning of a horror flick, you know? How do we have people who are scared enough to hoard supplies, but they're not scared enough to stand, over there? Like, away from me. Like, how healthy do I look? So, I'm trying to deal with this, like, the Second Amendment crowd. Like, the Second Amendment crowd is starting to get out of hand. I had one of them tell me the other day, well, Michael, here's why these protests are bullshit, because you don't need to protest against the government right now because we still have the Second Amendment, and that will protect us from a fascist police state. Like, man, I don't know if that's how protecting yourself from a fascist police state works, because I don't know if you know this or not. If you shoot a cop, more cops show up. And those cops are twice as pissed off. Okay, what happened? Where did we go wrong? I've been doing this a long time. All right, I know something happened here. Something went on. Hey, do y'all think R. Kelly just did all that shit to get a cabinet position? Somebody said they was laughing, but Sam had them muted. Damn.
Oh, Sam, boo.
Damn.
That was my wife.
Look, I had to cut my father off from future conversation, and it was because of some comments he made that were like fucking terrible. And I hate talking about this, but like it's comedy and like I gotta be honest. So honestly, turns out when you're 33, if your parents are that kind of pissed at you, they can't do anything about it. Like they can't take away my Xbox. They can take away the illusion of his love for me. That's what he can take away. He keeps coming up with these like false premises under which to contact me, So he called me like I got a new job, and he called me to congratulate me on the new job. And I was like, that's not how this works. Me getting a new job doesn't make you not racist. Like, Nobody's ever been like, I was going to co-sign genocide. But then my son got 3 weeks of PTO. And that's when we could spend fishing together instead of doing genocide. We could just go fishing and catch everything but love for black people. It's awful too because you can't. So here's the thing. Most of my closest friends are black, and it's not okay to go up to your black friends and tell them how racism has impacted you. It doesn't. The pool of people I can express this loneliness to is much smaller than anything else. Josh, I see your comment about not knowing what PTO is. We know you don't know what paid time off is because you are doing this in the fucking Zoom the whole time. Okay. All right. I never should have stopped listening to Freebird and cutting myself at the same time, should I? I should have stuck to that. I'm a year sober, but I don't know if I'm the right kind of sober. I'm definitely the right kind of sober, but there's two kinds of sober, right? There's sober I haven't had a drink of alcohol in a year, and that's good. But then there's sober I see the reality for what it is. And that's not good. This isn't the right time for that, man. All right. I did a terrible job. Some of you deserve better. Some of you don't. Thanks so much anyway.
All right. Michael Cooper, everybody. Keep it going for Michael Cooper. All right. Your next comment coming to the stage. She actually didn't make the cut tonight. She requested a little bit late, but one of the comics was gracious enough, stepped up, and gave her his spot. So get it for Christina Pandis, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, that was very nice. He realized that you guys all need to hear my stuff tonight. It was a very good deed. So yeah, I am sober. What, I get an applause or anything? Woo! Come on. I stopped drinking for the night, okay? I have an appropriate amount of alcohol for a working and a stay-at-home mom at the same time because I never wanted this shit. Seriously, I was one miscarriage away from being a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 kids. I feel like third is really where you kind of have to stay at home. And here we are. I get to do both at the same fucking time. And my neighbor this morning, he went on wild on me because I was talking on the phone in the backyard. I mean, he's just thankfully there's alcohol. Otherwise, somebody would have gotten murdered. Yes, I am. It's just hard times for everyone. My husband has been complaining that he misses traveling a lot. We both used to job for work. He misses staying in hotels apparently. So I gave him a bottle of water and I charged him $5 for it. And then I put a do not disturb sign on. Yeah, that's my bedroom. That's what happens after you're married for a while. Marriage is great. It will calm you down, right? That and severe depression, narcolepsy, alien hand syndrome, right? I have them all. I don't know if you guys know what alien hand syndrome is. It's like when your hand starts doing things without your body or brain being able to control it. It's just never really great things like writing work emails or giving a hand job. It's always just choking my husband in the middle of the night. You can all tell I have a great marriage, right? But that's okay. I'm sticking with it because, look, I had a shitty time trapping a man. I don't know. It doesn't matter what he does at this point. He can go cheat. He can go spend all our money. I'm sticking with it. I had a really hard time even having a boyfriend, like even since I was a teenager, because, well, I think it's because like my dad, like any normal Macedonian parent. I'm from Macedonia. He used to beat me with a belt. And it turns out there are not a lot of boys, teen boys into BDSM, you guys. I used to have these like belt marks. They're a small G belt marks because we were from a third world country. So I used to use this knockoff Gucci belt all the time. Yeah, I didn't get you worried. Hopefully, look how amazing I turned out. I mean, it used to be like a normal parenting technique in Eastern Europe. So, yeah, I'm a kind of a perfectionist. I am almost perfect. And I'm kind of a low achieving perfectionist, meaning I still work very hard towards my goals, but my goals are like lining up lines in descending years, or finding 2 equal slices of bread in the bread loaf. But I'm trying to be, perfectionists, we live in agony. So I'm trying to like ease up a little. For example, I'm trying to write less than perfect jokes, like kind of like this, because I don't want you guys all laughing at the same time like you used to be before. No, that can't be. I am, let's see, money makes me really nervous. Money is like having kids, I think. It's like I like them. All people, I'm surprised I have them, okay? But I'll probably lose them both in Vegas when I'm drunk one day. I am not broke, okay? Don't worry. But I am totally broken, like most of us here on the Zoom call. My husband tells me we have some money, apparently. I don't know how much. He could be lying to me just to keep me around, okay? But it's okay, because like, don't worry, I don't have a lavish lifestyle. I live every day like I'm expecting the second stimulus check. And I don't know if that's coming, but I'm totally out of time, I think. So thank you, guys.
Wow. Yeah, Christina Pandis, everybody. Let her hear it. Who is next? Let's keep this thing going, everybody. I didn't actually post during her set. I forgot to. But if you're paying attention out there, your next comment coming to the stage, Liam Harvey, everybody. Liam Harvey.
Yeah, let's do it. You guys may have heard earlier, I'm actually Christina's husband. I keep her around even on Zoom mics on Fridays. I cheated, spent all of her money, and now we're here. Okay, too much. I'm very racially ambiguous, so choosing a race on the SAT is hard. Like, I didn't know what to put down, so the proctor helped and told me to put down my pencil. The test was over. I hate TikTok. Worst social media app ever. I saw this white girl did a dance and lip sync to a prayer in the Quran. It's so infuriating to me because that was my idea. She stole my idea. Yeah. Also, what's up with TikTok being filled with young people? Like, the 16-year-olds 20 years ago used to look a lot younger than the 16-year-olds in 2020, mostly because they're 36 now. I loved rap music as a kid because I had speech problems. Like, even rappers had speech problems. Like, even Run DMC admitted that rap, it's tricky. Oh, okay, all right. Or like LL Cool J's "Mama Said Knock You Out." Even Mike Tyson can relate to that one. I was speech delayed, and I made a rap song actually, and it sounded like I needed a speech pathologist. My mom is from a place called Guyana. It's known for its bonus points on geography quizzes. Nobody knows where it is. It's kind of like the clit of third world countries. You're not going to be able to find it even with a map. I like therapists. My therapist is like my mental health lifeguard. Like, she makes sure I'm not drowning all of the time. Luckily, she's got Puff's tissues to keep me afloat. Yours are really uncomfortable. Then when our time is up, she whistles at me and points at the door. I was recently I was sad at a Buffalo Wild Wings. I had spicy depression that night. My doctor promised me it was only mild. Okay, too corny. My family's kind of weird. My stepmom and I, we don't see eye to eye. You know, she's very high class, and I'm just high in class. I saw a guy. He was snorting a type 1 drug. In other words, he was getting high on the #1 keyboard cleaner. Brings a new definition to the phrase, he's fucked up off of 12 bottles. I did acid during the quarantine, and that was weird because it was in my childhood bedroom, and I wanted to get out of there, but my race car bed wouldn't start. When I see an ex I hate in public, it's kind of like when I turn the shower on and it's ice cold. Like I freeze up, I scream, "Oh Jesus!" and I turn her off, definitely. The only difference is I'm willing to go back in my shower again. Yeah, all right. That's all I want to do. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Liam Harvey. Keep it going. Let him hear it.
You have a good night.
This next comic, she's one of my favorite people in the whole world, and I may or may not be saying that because it's her birthday. Give it up for the very amazing Paula, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Why, thank you, Sam. Talk about lay on the pressure. Shit, they're going to expect me to be funny. Well, I got to say thank you for the time, Athena and Sam. You guys are the cutest couple in my world. I got to tell you that. I can feel the love from here.
Woo.
Kind of makes me nauseous, but it's okay. Athena's smart. She's not going to give you any babies. She's smart. She's going to enjoy you, and you're going to enjoy her, and you won't lock yourselves up. So, anyways, shoot, before I get started, I got to thank my internet provider. My neighbor is the provider of my internet tonight. Yeah, and I need to thank him for not knowing that yet, because, whoo, it would be difficult otherwise, you know? The shit I gotta do. I gotta hustle. Yeah, so today's my birthday. My dad called me this morning and he said, "Hi, honey, I want to wish you a happy birthday." And I'm like, "What's the matter with Mom? How come you're calling?" Like, this is weird. Really weird. You know, like, "Okay, Dad." He's like, "Oh, you know, I just want to tell you I love you and you're doing really great and I'm proud of you and you haven't lost a kid." And I'm like, "Right, Dad, we're doing so good." He's like, "I've been waiting a long time to tell you this." He's like, "I figure I'll tell you now before I can't." Like, "Okay, Dad." Usually it's Mom with the speeches, but not Dad. And Dad says, "I'm really glad your mom didn't swallow you back in the day." Huh? He says, "Well, I thought I could wish you a happy birthday and give you a bit." Okay, there's my dad's bit. His name's Bob. He says, it's B-O-B, don't put 2 O's because then you'd be a boob. So, hey, there's that. For you, Dad. Yeah, my jaw's still on the floor because I'm like, I'm still your kid, man. Like, why are you like... But anyways, it's all good. I did want to tell you guys that I do have another name. It's a different name. But I got to tell you a little story first to explain it all. I know you guys can't tell by looking at me, but I'm Native American. I'm what's called an incognito engine. We can hide in plain sight. Super fucking handy. And my daddy, he's white, see? And that happened because back in the day when the soldiers got tired of killing us, they started marrying us. So we've been able to survive. There's some bad side effects, you know, they call it transgenerational trauma, but we're really good at fucking assimilating. Who knew? Yeah, I thought I was just good at making shit work, you know, but hey, it's in my DNA, so it's cool. I've been Native a very long time, and I didn't get what that signified. And what that means is my dad had fucking game back in the day, man. Can we give it up for my dad? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't get it up anymore, but I thought we could give it up for him. But no, don't make dad's dreams come true. You know, I'm doing a bit for him, but there are some cool. there are some cool side effects to being Native. You know, and cool things you can have when you're Native, like the medicine with the sage. We got really cool jewelry, what's not been appropriated, but you know, it's all good. And y'all can call yourself Cherokee if you want to. We're actually encouraging it nowadays. Shit's hard nowadays, man. You know, because of the pandemic. Things are so bad in the pandemic that when we had dances a few months ago, they told us to let the white folk know. And I'm like, huh? Really? They're like, yeah, we need them all now. I'm like, shit's that fucking bad? Holy shit. You know? No, it's okay. But I have a Native name, like I said. In our family, I have one of 3 sisters. I'm the middle child. My older sister's name was Daytime Moon, which really just meant she was hot and scalded anyone around her. But, you know, but it was true, you know? Yeah, my younger sister's name is Butterfly. You know, that's pretty. Fucking fragile as a motherfucker, can I just tell you? And me being the middle child, my Indian name is Spiked Buck. Yeah. I was supposed to be a boy, they said. I don't know. Now, do I believe it or not? Like, what the fuck? It's crazy, man. In this day and age, like, where do you use that, Spiked Buck? You know, they're going to be like, you are a bull dyke. But a few years ago, I was driving through the woods at 3 a.m, and no one should drive through the woods at 3 a.m, Native or not, you know? But I was coming around a corner, and I saw a buck, and I broke real hard, and I didn't hit it. I was like, oh, thank God. But his brother was tailgating, and I spiked that buck. So I earned my engine name, y'all. I never knew. You know, because my cousin, Two Dog Fucking, his name isn't cool anymore. You know what I mean? I'm spiked up. It's awesome. It's good. But anyways, I want to thank Sam and Athena for the time again. Thank you all. You guys are great. And see you next time. Thank you.
All right. Keep going for Paul, everybody. Yeah, blow up her DMs on Facebook and tell her happy birthday, you guys.
Happy birthday.
Tell her I sent you. All right, your next comment coming to the stage. This guy's a real cool guy. He's really funny. Give it up for Miguel Osorio, everybody. Miguel Osorio. I had to think about it. I don't want to screw up too bad, Miguel.
It's all good. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound good.
Dope. So one of the reasons that people are giving to open schools back up is that most kids aren't as likely to die from COVID.
There's a guy
but what most people fail to mention is that over 1,000 kids have died from COVID. And I think that's such a weird thing. Because if you think about it, like 99% of kids haven't been hurt by R. Kelly. But that's not like a good reason to start sending kids to his house, you know? So, welcome to my TED Talk. Riots don't work. That's what people say, that riots don't work. I don't know if any of you remember, but like a few years back, there was this episode of Rick and Morty where a really major plot line was the character Rick really wanted Szechuan sauce. And like a couple days later, McDonald's released like a limited amount of Szechuan sauce to select McDonald's locations. And then a bunch of Rick and Morty fans went to those select locations to get Szechuan sauce. They ran out of Szechuan sauce, so not everybody got any sauce. People got upset. And then they started chanting, "We want sauce. We want sauce." They like jumped over the counters. They stole food, harassed employees. And like none of them were like shot with tear gas or rubber bullets or whatever. But you know what did happen is the next day, McDonald's apologized, and then they just made way more sauce. So those fuckers got their sauce. And I just think that's like so interesting. I feel like if you want riots to end, you should just give people some of that sweet and spicy justice sauce. Cool. This is just a speech. Cool. Oh, when I was a kid, I had a huge crush on this girl named Donna Karen, which is like, you can tell how beautiful she was just by her name. Like, parents don't name their kids something like Donna Karen unless they know she's going to grow up to be a supermodel or a Fox News anchor. So she, like, even when we were kids, she was hot. And she did this thing where she would bring cookies to school every day. And one time she shared one of her cookies with me, and this other boy who had a crush on her got really mad. And I don't really remember this other dude's name, so let's just call him Douche Nozzle or whatever. And so he got really mad, and he confronted me about it. It's just a fucking cookie or whatever. And I didn't know why he was upset, but he wanted to fight me, and I was just like, dude, I'm not gonna fight you over some girl. And he like pushed me, and then I fell, and then he walked away, which was fine, except that like afterwards, this really horrible rumor spread that I got my ass kicked, and that's not what happened. I feel like just wanted to clear the air about that. Yeah, that's it.
Ooh,
just wanted to clear the air.
All right,
Never got my ass
Miguel.
kicked.
Woo! Keep going for Miguel, everybody. All right, let's keep this thing moving along. Your next comic, she's really cool. She's really funny. She actually just started a mic on Tuesday nights. So if you're all looking for some... Oh, Melanie, are you heckling me?
Oh, ooh, that's not me. There's
kidding.
another person doing a mic on Tuesday nights at 8.
She's
7
doing a
to me?
mic on Tuesday nights at 8, everybody.
No,
if
it's
you guys
7.
Oh, I'm sorry, at 7. See, she messes me. She just heckles all day. You guys, if you guys want some stage time on Tuesday night, make sure you hit her up. Ladies and gentlemen, Melanie Calabrese, everybody.
Woo, everybody. Yeah, Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. And Pete Muniz is helping me out with it. So thank you, Pete. I see you on here. I don't know if you're listening. So anyways, I'm a teacher. So this week we are back to work on Zoom and doing professional development, which is not very professional. Yeah, it's professional, I guess. So we have to sit there for 6 hours in our chair and listen to people train us and give us all this information. So one thing I learned during it must have been like 30 hours worth of sitting in a chair, 35 hours, is that make sure you look behind you, what's your Zoom background look like, right? Because you never, people are looking at you for a good 6 hours. And if there's something like a dead plant behind you, you want to make sure that people don't see that shit, So yeah, we were sitting there, and this high administration person in our school district was lecturing for about, I'd say she was lecturing. She was all right. She was lecturing for about 6 hours, and she had this dead plant behind her in her home. And I was just like, excuse me, you've got a dead plant. I wanted to tell her so bad. And then the interesting thing is, like, to the right of her, there were like 2 very flourishing plants. And I just wanted to say, what's wrong with the plant behind you? Come on, lady, make it live. And I thought, well, maybe she's just busy working all the time, but then those other plants are okay. And then I thought, I know what it is. She talked it to death. She was talking to the plant, You talk to your plants, right, to make them, survive. That plant just gave up and died. So yeah, it's just like, I don't know. And I thought at first I was the only one because I'm sitting in this bedroom with my dog, listening to this thing, and I said to my friend, "What's up with the plant?" I sound like Seinfeld. "What's up with the dead plant?" And then my friend said, "Yeah, I know. Isn't that ridiculous?" And everybody noticed it then. I was asking everybody, "What you think of the plants?" And who cares what else she's telling me? I'm just thinking of the plants. And my friend said, "That's the most easiest plant you could take care of." I'm like, "Tell me about it." So yeah, anyways, I'm, wearing these masks. I really enjoy wearing them because it hides my chin hair and my upper lip hair, when I go out in public, when you get to be a certain age, you got to get that shit done, right? You got to get waxed, and I can't get waxed. And yeah, and then my hair, that's the other thing too. I'm afraid to cut my hair. I don't know. I live alone. Is my dog going to do it? I don't know. So my hairdresser had said to me, she said, "Wow, we can set up a Zoom appointment and I can walk you through cutting your hair." And I'm thinking, no. And she recommended these scissors on Facebook. Yeah, right. On Zoom. I'm Amazon. And I'm just thinking, you know what, lady? I don't want to miss any fingers. I'm going to end up cutting myself. And then there's this like costume shop, unfortunately, going out of business in San Jose. It's Victoria's Costume Shop. I don't know if that's what it is. I used to, and they're selling wigs. And I thought, hey, what the hell? Maybe it's the time to do that now. I mean, here's the thing. People haven't seen me in like 5 or 6 months. In work, I could just, say my hair grew really long during quarantine and buy like a blonde wig, long hair wig. So, I mean, so yeah. So anyways, I don't know. And then, it's, I don't know. It's just been an adventure, being in quarantine with my dog. And, the worst thing about this professional development, it's fine. It's my 21st year, right? And you hear the same thing year after year. I'm very happy to be back on Zoom with my students. I mean, I'd rather be in person with them. I mean, that's what you're there for. You're there for the kids, right? And so is that usually with these professional developments, you sit next to the fun person, one of your friends, and it makes it more enjoyable, right? You laugh, you joke around, you make little, side notes. I have nobody to talk to but my dog, and my dog is sick of hearing me complain about work. So yeah, anyway, you guys take care. Have a nice evening.
All right, keep going. I'm muted. The thing just alerted me. Hey, you're muted, asshole. All right, keep going for Melanie, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, Melanie. All right, let's bring you your next comic, everybody. Give it up for your next comic from Seattle, Washington, T.L. Devaney.
Woo! Thanks, Sam. I am a native Pacific Northwesterner, and I know what y'all think. Y'all probably think that I grew up spending my weekends piling in the back of a Volvo station wagon, my entire family wearing matching fisherman sweaters that grandma knitted for us back in the old country, going out for a day of nature foraging to gather up materials we would need to make wreaths that we would sell to collect donations for the local homeless shelter. We'd stop at the end of a long day to build a bonfire and drink artisan Belgian hot cocoa, sing some Joni Mitchell songs. Wasn't like that at all. I grew up in central Washington State, which I also like to refer to as the Commonwealth of the Republic of Appalachia. Our next door neighbor was an old guy from Arkansas. His name was Grady. He liked to stand along the fence, mason jar full of sun tea and whiskey with a chaw on one side of his mouth, dried piece of grass hanging out the other. He had 2 sons named Bubba and Junior, liked to tear around the trailer park in an old Nova that was 7 shades of primer, no rear bumper, some reason a gun rack in the back, like the Dukes, the haphazard. They used to sit on their front porch, whittling pop pipes from the bones of dogs previously buried in the backyard. We'd be next door going to church 3 times a week. My parents making me repent for sins like staying up too late to watch Miami Vice. So my parents to this day are still crazy conservative Christians. Despite the fact that I've worked in public health for the last 10 years, my mom would like to direct me to the work of Pastor Josh on YouTube to see what's best to do in a global pandemic. I mean, his YouTube videos have like easily 60, 70 views. I just can't seem to talk any sense into her. She sent me an email the other day to ask if I had heard about people burning Bibles in Portland, Oregon. I sent her an email that asked if she had heard about her adult transgender child that suffered from multiple disabilities that had been locked in their apartment for months, having a hard time taking care of themselves with no quarters to do laundry. Also, real concerned about the death of the post office because I get most of my prescription medications via the postal service. So I came up with a bright idea to at least take care of some of this and get my mom back, which is I packed up my laundry and mailed it to her.
Nice.
My friend was telling me the story the other day about how he was on the beach in Mexico and this paddy wagon pulled up and a bunch of shadowy figures grabbed up him and a bunch of his friends, threw him in the back, gave him some injections. Next thing he knew, he woke up in some surgical room with a bright light shining in his face. Thought they might have put a microchip in him. Then he woke up again and there were a bunch of other shadowy figures feeding him this gelatinous glop on the floor, forcing him to sleep in this small cage at night. And then they gather everyone up, take him to these other weird places where a bunch of other shadowy figures would pick him up, poke and prod at him. Some of them would disappear. And then finally, these nice people came and took him, and then he got to go home. I mean, these alien abduction people are really crazy. Except that's the story of my dog being rescued. And it got me to thinking, I think maybe the aliens are just trying to rescue us, and we're too stupid to figure that out. And they also have the misfortune of just accidentally trying to pick up a bunch of Southerners whose behavior problems are too severe to be rehabilitated. They got some guy known as the Hillbilly Whisperer who's just constantly frustrated. Failed attempts, to rescue these people. Hey, thanks you guys. I'm TL Devaney.
Yeah, right. TL Devaney, everybody. Hey, do you want to plug your show tomorrow real quick?
My show tomorrow?
Yeah.
I don't have the details memorized. I'm doing a show tomorrow. If you check my Facebook page, all the details are on there. I'm just TL Devaney on Facebook, and you scroll back to the post, you can see I'm doing a show tomorrow night at 8. It benefits the LA LGBT Center. So
yeah.
I got my Facebook page.
Oh, man. All right, keep it going for TL, everybody. Let's keep this thing moving along. I remember who the next comic was. Did I post it somewhere in the chat? Oh, I did. Ladies and gentlemen, your next comic, Scott Waite, everybody. Scott Waite.
What's up, guys? Coming back, Hypothetical. Hypothetically, guys, it should be funny. We're going to go. I am not in a prison, guys. I am free. I know it looks like I'm in like a holding cell. This is my studio apartment, so it used to be a prison, though. So I guess technically I am in jail. I was in Facebook jail recently. Unfortunately, I'm not the most favorite person locally where I'm from, here in Arizona. Found out some great things about myself. I used to think I was a gainfully unemployed, like lazy ass. But guys, come to find out, guys, no, I found out, first off, I've got bad breath, I'm short, and I have a puppy dick. I thought I was hung like a stud film house, but come to find out, guys, I guess I upgraded, so I got an upgrade over the quarantine, so that's pretty cool. So I'm doing this on my computer. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, Facebook Live, everybody. That's right, when we're filming this on Facebook. Just going to be embarrassed. Another fun thing about me, too, is I do look like exactly what you think I look like, which is Megamind. You're like, how did Megamind come to life? I did actually audition for the live reimagining for Megamind before they shut down Hollywood for COVID. Another audition I did too, which was pretty cool, is maybe some of you guys might know it, some of you may not. It's okay. Any 80s rock fans out there? Y'all know Scott and East from the band Anthrax? Did their biopic? Okay, I figured I was going to fall flat. You know, you just got to go through it. The other one, though, really excited about any wrestling fans, any WWE fans.
Hell yeah.
All right, yes. I auditioned for WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Autism.
Yeah.
Intro is going to be the crinkling, the juice boxes. Of course, you got to tie in merchandising now, so I'm going to be breaking out a couple cans of whoop-ass energy drinks. And then I actually double dipped, and I did the porn parody, and my finishing move was ha, ha, ha. Hell yeah. Can I get hell yeah, Zoomer? Zoom, hypothetical comedy, whatever. Right. Yeah. It's a lot better not slide, but it's whatever. If I wasn't making it awkward enough with those audition references, I'm also Mormon. Yeah. Hold the applause. I know you're thinking, great. This guy is one of those clean Mormons. I'm not, guys. I'm Scotty Wade. I'm the bad boy of Mormonism. First off, I like drinking Mountain Dew. Also, I like dating black ladies too. Hey guys, they matter to me. Okay, they matter to me. But I'm a '90s kid, and Tupac taught me the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Although my ex was Chinese, I'm getting progressively lighter, so my family will accept me again. Also, I like getting into and because the whole coronavirus and COVID, it's been lonely out there, man. It's been so lonely for me. I've been inviting the Jehovah's Witnesses in for scripture battles. I'm like, come on in, brother. Come on in, man. Yeah, what's up with the Watchtower? What's going on with that? They break out there, of course, the magazine. I break out My Secret Weapon, the Book of Mormon. I recite a couple of my favorite scriptures. One's in 3 Nephi 23:45 for the GOAT, Michael Jordan. And then the Mortal Kombat voice kicks in. It's like, crucify them. And then I kick out the Heaven's, Assist from Heaven's Angel, Kobe, with the following scripture, which would be 8:24. And that's why I'm banned. I'm banned from the Kingdom Hall, guys. They don't want me there no more. I was dropping knowledge. So, yeah, it's rough, man, just like this. Again, thanks, guys, for having me on here. I appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's Scotty Be Funny. It's spelled exactly like it sounds. There's 5 T's and I-E. Funny spelled P-H with a U-N-I. That's it's SCOTTYEFUNNY, man. Y'all rock Funky Sam Medina, my favorite song from the 80s. Appreciate it for having me. And you guys have a good night, man. Thanks so much.
All right. Keep it going for Scotty Wade, everybody. We don't know where the jokes end and the plugs begin. It's all funny. All right, let's keep this thing going. This next comic, he's one of my favorite dudes. Give it up for Paul Kilmer, everybody.
Woo! Hey guys, it's me, Paul. I'm gonna bring you the level of energy that you've come to know from me, which is none at all. So I decided to do something different today. I decided to do my opening trick, but in a different way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The cool thing about this 8-ball is I borrowed it from a pool hall in Danvers, Massachusetts. They let me borrow it after their building burned down, because that's what happens when you tell me I can't have things. All right. All right, I can't wear these anymore because I got a migraine. I thought I would try and do another trick, but instead of just doing a trick, I would bring you a public service announcement because I didn't know someone else was doing that bit tonight. So I apologize. It's 11:30 at night and you're at Wendy's. I'm sorry, Sam. It's 11:30 at night, you're at Wendy's. You have to go to the bathroom. You kick in the door, open the stall, do your business. What do? Oh my God, there's no toilet paper. What do? I'm going to show you what to do, or I wouldn't have said that first thing. All right. I'm using this paper towel, which I stole from my own kitchen, but you can do this with a piece of toilet paper. It works the same. You hold it at a 45-degree angle. You put it over your cupped hand. You put your thumb at a 45-degree angle. You push it in. You always want to push it in at a 45-degree angle. It takes pressure off the sacrum. For any of you who know, that's funny. It's a butt sex joke. I'm sorry. I'm not on brand tonight. So what happens is that you have to hold the napkin at a 40 feet. Remember, here's the thing, guys. You had 2 number 2s, okay, because you were feeling bad because you got into an argument with your mom because she wanted you to go to college, and you decided to weird people out on Zoom with weird references to 45-degree angles. And what happens is that you can actually get more if you hold it at a 45-degree angle. You can get it more material out of the napkin. Because do you really want to be a person with poop on your fingers? Come on, you're better than that. I believe in you. You hold your napkin at a 45-degree angle, poke a hole in it. Don't let big napkin push you around. If you only have one square left, do this, because they just want you to go out and buy more toilet paper. They want you to panic. No, I'm teaching you a better way. Look how much material I have. This isn't a magic trick you can get off of Amazon. This is something you can really do. And just remember, if somebody ever calls you weird, just send them over to my Facebook, and I'll stare at them and make them feel uncomfortable. And that is a promise. Now, because I'm a professional and I have a hard time focusing on things, I'm just going to tell a couple of jokes that I wrote during my morning meditation, which is just me screaming into my closet. All right, so my fiance gets angry that sometimes I don't flush the toilet. She thinks I'm forgetful because she's a good person, but what she doesn't know is I'm passive-aggressive. I don't flush the toilet on purpose. I mean, honestly, who doesn't like to look at their poop? No one will admit to that, but it's the truth. All right, so I'm on Medicare, which means I had a yearly physical to prove to the government that I'm still living below the poverty line. And the doctor looked at me and she says, "Mr. Kilmer, are you experiencing any new symptoms I should know about?" And I was like, "Doctor, I have blood in my stool." And she says, "Oh my God, we need you to get to the emergency room because that's a sign of internal bleeding." And I said, "An X-ray? Those are expensive. It's not even my blood." And the last joke I have. So, not only do I have autism, but I suffer from depression. You know, the type of depression where you can't feel your own hands, and you think screaming into the closet, which is a callback to an earlier joke, is appropriate at 3 o'clock in the morning. I got so depressed last Christmas. I got so depressed last Christmas that I ate an entire gingerbread house. I didn't even build it. I just ate all the pieces. And it wasn't even my house. Those people were pissed. And this is an observation before I go. Do you know how sometimes comedians give their time back to the room? Sam, can I take all the time from the room? That's something that is possible. I don't want it. It's just an idea that popped into my head. I've been Paul. I'm your best friend. You can follow me on my Facebook Paul Kilmer, talk about dinosaurs, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Hell yeah.
Paul
Kilmer, everybody. This guy, seriously, like any chances you get to see Paul, you should take that opportunity. He's never the same twice. He's always super fucking awesome. Not that you guys aren't, but he's a little extra awesome, you know? Just kidding. All right, you guys, let's get this thing going. This next comic, he's really cool. He runs a show on Fridays out of Laredo, Texas, called Laredo Funny, and it's a really fun, awesome show. I was on it tonight. It was fucking dope. So get it for Steven Sosa, everybody.
Woo! Hey, how y'all doing, guys?
You
good to see everybody. Hey, man, I really appreciate you guys watching me up here, man. And everybody's been doing so good. I'm in a good mood, though. I'm in a really good mood today, guys, because me and my girlfriend, we finally made 10 years, and you know, it's going good, dude. But like we the other day, she was like, "Hey, I want to tell you, I want to take our relationship to the next level." I was like, "Holy shit, she's gonna propose!" Like, you know, like I was like, "Oh fuck, it's like 2020." That's what I'm thinking, you know. And then she gets on her knees, and then she just ties her shoe. I was like, "You son of a bitch!" I knew it. I knew it was a fucking prank. Nah, but we've been together so long, dude. And she came up to me and she whispered in my ear. She goes, "We should make a sex tape." I was like, "What?" Are you serious? You want to make it like? I was like, she's like, I'm over here thinking like his and hers bath towels, you know, like fucking like I'm thinking like we're gonna get married. She's like, nah, let's make a fucking porno, like, you know, like. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, have you seen the way we look naked? Like, I mean, like, we're both big people, dude. Like, I mean, like, it's like, I'm gonna lie. We saw our tape for the first time and we were horrified. I'm gonna tell you right now. It was like, I felt like, yeah, me and my girlfriend were like, what the fuck? It felt like a home birth. You're like, is that the head? What is that? Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. Like, I was like, it's so weird, dude. Like, me and my girlfriend were tripping out the whole while. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like the way I looked in that light. It was night vision. That shit wasn't good. I'm not gonna lie. Night vision did not help. You know, I felt like it worked for Paris Hilton. It didn't work for me. You know, it was like I looked more like Slimer from Ghostbusters, just chasing my girlfriend, like, you know, like. And then she got slimed. You know, like I just. I was like, fuck, dude. I was so into it, but then a couple of times I was watching it, and I felt like I was watching like a nature documentary. You know, like I was like. I can hear the fucking like the guy who's like narrating the whole thing. He's like, as the hippos made. Like their movements are yet slow but majestic. Like, you know, like it's like, oh, the male has came early. Like, you know, like, as usual. And you know, she's very into the things, man. But like after a while, I've been together for a while, and I feel like I used to be a big hopeless romantic. Like I'm a big hopeless romantic. Like I like watching porn with candles. Like, oh, dude, so romantic. You know, I don't know if you ever done that, but it's great, dude. Just some Al Green, Jenna Jameson's greatest hits. It's so fun. But I mean, for me, porn is better. For me, I like listening to porn in the bathroom because the acoustics. Oh God, you ever done that? I feel like a DJ. Like this is good. More moaning. You know, like. And like I'm there. Like and my roommates don't like it. It says it bothers them when they walk by the hall, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I can give a shit what my mom and dad think anymore, dude. I'm gonna fucking. Me and my girlfriend are big and fat, but you know we like to do 69. And the only thing that sucks about when we do 69 is just that I already know one of us is gonna smell. And the thing about that is, and yeah, it's usually me, but she has her moments. I'm just gonna say. You know, you don't get a nickname like Stank Puss for nothing. I'm just saying. Like, and the thing about that is that, you know, like I didn't give her that nickname. Don't judge me. I didn't give her that nickname, all right? That was her nickname in high school. I'm just all right? It was weird for me when I went to a CVS and I was like, hey, Stank Puss. I was like, who the fuck is that girl? Like, you know, like, like how did she know your fucking name? I thought we were dating. Yeah, dude. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not really good with words. I have a bad thing about that. I host a show, and it's like a quiplash, and I have to read stuff. And a lot of times I do that. Like, I'll see the word, and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to get this word right. You know? Like, and it always happens with, like, last time it was mediocre was the word. And I turned around and said, Metacore, with confidence, like, right? And everybody's like, no. Like, I was like, shit, dude. I'm driving home like, Metacore. What the fuck is that, Steven? Like, it sounds like a vegan's like genre of music, you know? Like, it's like everybody's like, what do you listen to? Oh, I listen to Metacore. I was like, oh, are you vegan? Oh, yes. Like, you know. I know, man. And I've been with my girlfriend for a while. We like, you know, like I think I'm good at sex. She thinks I'm Metacore at it, you know. Just, yeah, she's a dick like that. And crazy because I mean when I have sex with her, we're very passionate. It's like, you know, I close my eyes, you know, because it heightens my senses. There we go. I can't see what I mean. And so I'm going at it. I'm just there, like I'm having her going like, and all I hear is like I can hear good, so I'm just hearing like clank, 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 clank. I'm like, yeah, that's the headboard, you know. And I'm like, yeah, who's Metacore now? Who's Metacore now? You know, like. And we're going at it, and I start hearing some weird noise. Start hearing goong, 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 goong. I was like, goong, goong, goong. I was like, what the fuck is that? I look at my girlfriend. She's hitting her head on the fucking wall. I was like, babe, are you okay? She looks at me like she's coming out of a coma, just like, I'm like, hey, what happened? Why'd you stop? I was almost there. I'm like, almost where? Death? Like, Jesus. Hey, you guys have been so much fun. I'm Steven Sosa, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, catch me on Loretto Funny. Give us a like. Check us out, man. Thank you so much, Sam. I love you, brother.
Yeah, check out Loretto Funny. It's really awesome. It's a really good time. All right, let's get this thing going. Your next comic, I'm trying to find her on here. So there she is. She's a really funny lady. Give it up for Jackie Pearl, everybody. Jackie Pearl.
Oh my God. Sosa, I've never heard you before, but you had me fucking cracking up. That was epic. I'm gonna do some true story time tonight. Working on some new things. Fucking COVID. Yeah. I'm getting up in my ages. I recently turned 55. I had a COVID birthday, you guys, as most did. We're born after February. Yeah, right. And I think it's still gonna happen. So don't start thinking about how you're planning your November birthdays. That shit ain't gonna happen. My birthday is on April Fool's Day, and I had a COVID birthday. And my favorite Tinder dude, we all have a favorite Tinder dude. We don't tell them that, like kids. We don't tell them which our favorites are, but we do have one. And he didn't call me. He didn't write to me. He didn't post anything on my timeline, nothing. And I was pissed. I was fucking pissed. 55's a big birthday. The dude's 33. Okay? Come on now. And so I ghosted him. The first time I've ever done that. I ghosted him on everything. But you know how dudes are in this new day and age. They can slide into some other platform, like some other social media, like a 12-year-old in the water park for the first time, just whoosh. And he came in and he was like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I was like, I looked at that text message for the longest time and I thought, you know, look who's crying over spoiled milk now. Almost nothing. Okay. Here's the story. I raised 3 kids. I raised them for export. They pay their own cell phone bills. They pay their own rent. It's awesome. Any of you have got to fucking try it. But back when I was raising kids, my belief was that all you got to do is give them the best memories. Like, you know, just make them and raise them to be a good member of society. So I lied to my kids, like most of us do. Like they were little. I had 3 kids in 4.5 years. Yeah, Jackie, close your fucking legs. But I lied to my kids. Like I told them Santa Claus was real. I told them the Tooth Fairy was real. I mean, that's a really freaking weird thing to lie to your kids about. Like some other being flies into your house somehow in the middle of the night steals your teeth and leaves you money, that's insanity. Like I can't, like nowadays they're grown and they know the truth. And I'm just like, that is really insane shit that everybody buys into. So, but because I was maybe a little self-conscious, I tried to do it extra. So I had this little thing of glitter. And when I stole their teeth as the tooth fairy, I would put glitter in underneath their pillow. So I'd steal their pour glitter, and then they knew the tooth fairy was real. Because like I don't know what I was doing. I still can't figure it out. But my daughter had a really good long weekend one time. She lost 4 teeth, like in the long weekend, from like the Friday till the Tuesday she had to go back. And so she had a lot of glitter. And she had like a whole $8 coming to her, you know, a whole $8. And she went there to 2nd grade. And I didn't know she'd taken the money. And the teacher corners me when I go to pick her up. And she says, Jackie, come here. So if you had a lot of money in school today, and we don't usually allow money in school. And I'm like, oh, yeah, man, the tooth fairy's bomb, right? Tooth fairy's bomb. And she's like, yeah. I didn't take it away from her because, you know, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. This teacher totally gets me. Totally gets me. Fucking right on. Thank you. And she goes, yeah, I didn't really want to touch those dollar bills. And I was like, okay, why? And she goes, well, you know, I'm just saying, the next time the tooth fairy comes, could you maybe make sure that the bills that you your kid are not the same bills that you or your husband brought back from the strip club? Because I've been washing fucking glitter off the desks all fucking day. Because I was so shocked. I didn't even correct the teacher. Like to this day, like 20 years later, that teacher still thinks I'm the crazy, like stripper glitter ass crazy mom. So yeah. Was that my time, Sam?
You can tell one more if you got 1 minute.
All right, I got 1 more minute. Here it is. I will tell you about how bad I am at social lyrics, music lyrics. I'm the worst at music lyrics. I'm one of those people who has always, for my entire life, been singing the wrong song, the wrong lyrics to songs. So like, give me the Beach Boys, free my soul. I want to get lost in the rock and roll. Like, that's completely wrong. Like the Doobie Brothers were not singing about the Beach Boys. Like, really bad one. I was raised Catholic, and for the most of my, I thought 10th Avenue Freeze Out. I thought the words to that was Tent Devil in the Freezer. Like, listen to it. Look at that. You will totally get it. Okay, here's. I'll give you 1 or 2 more. Oh, here's the best one. A bunch of us, this is my end. A bunch of us were sitting around one time, and I was telling my friends this, and they were like, oh yeah, I do that too. And I'm just like, I just sing it all wrong all the time. I don't fucking care. I sing in the shower, in the car, whatever. And my friend who's had Crohn's disease and really bad, like, bowel ailments for all his life, he told me that the longest time that song Lucy in the Sky of Diamonds, he honest to God thought it was Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. He thought it was the girl with colitis goes by. And that's it. Thank you, Sam.
All right, Jackie. Give it up for Jackie Pearl, everybody. All right, let's bring up your next comic coming to the stage. Melissa McGillicuddy, everybody. Melissa McGillicuddy.
Hey, thanks. Is someone banging or was that clapping? I couldn't tell.
Maybe both, I don't know.
Definitely sounded like some sexual things going on there. That's great. Hey Jackie, what's up? How's it going?
Hey, I haven't seen you for so long. It's so
I know. It's been a hot minute. I love your Zoom picture. You look like you're giving a TED talk. Like, oh, Jackie looking very professional in her TED talk. Also, I'm sorry that I forgot your birthday, Jackie. Yeah, I used to be her favorort Tinder dude.
Yeah,
and
and
out tonight.
right here. Right here. God damn.
What's going
Never know.
All right, I'm moving on. Jackie, I'm moving on. You should too. Oh, what's going on with me? You guys, I've been watching that show Naked and Afraid. Do you guys?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're skipping that one. All right. I got a Facebook memory the other day. You guys remember those, right? And it was telling me how like this time last year I was going camping, and I hate camping. I don't do a lot of camping. And when I tell people that, they're like surprised. You know, like I guess I look like I know a lot about camping. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a look, right? You gotta pick a look, and I picked this one. The Bronny the paper towel guy's son. Yeah, I look like I'm the first person that you'd check in with at a campsite. I look like I work at REI during the off season just so I can stay up on camping trends. I look like, yeah, I got one more. Rule of 3, people. I look like I tell you that you can't smoke here. Not because I care about smoking. Because only you can prevent wildfires. You guys are so fun. This is great. I'm doing the show late night next week. The late slot is the hot slot. Am I right, Jackie? What else is going on? I think I just derailed my own camping joke. There was more to that one. All right, we're gonna circle back to it. We're back in the camping joke. So anyways, my friends talked me into going camping, right? And they were like, don't worry, there'll be a bathroom. Which apparently they know me so well, right? Like my only criteria for going anywhere is that there be a bathroom. So we get to the campsite, and spoiler alert, I have to use the bathroom. But I have to tell you guys, this was not a bathroom, okay? This was just a porta potty in a bigger room. Like there wasn't even a light in this bitch, right? So I pull out my phone, turn on the flashlight, and a bunch of bugs just fly out of the toilet. Like that scene in The Mummy with all the locusts. And I was like, hell no. Like I peed in nature's toilet all weekend, right? And here's how I know there's a God, all right? I didn't have to poop that weekend. So later that night, we're sitting around the campfire, whatever the fuck people do when they're camping, and I find out that we're in bear country, right? It's like, thank you, take the novice out to bear country. And they were like, yeah, we got to put all of our food in the bear box at night. And I was like, bear box? That was my nickname in high school.
Oh my God.
So later that night, we're in the tent, me and my friend. I pull out some chapstick and I put it on, and she was like, you can't have chapstick in here too. And I was like, why? Is a bear gonna want to kiss me? Like, first of all, you're an idiot. Secondly, it's not just food. It's anything that might smell sweet to a bear. Like, that has to go in the bear box. So I'm looking around the tent, right? I'm like, okay, well, what about like the fabric softener that's in these sleeping bags and shit, and the shampoo and the body wash that we used? Like, doesn't that smell pretty sweet to a bear? I was like, also, we're flesh and bone, right? Like, that smells pretty fucking sweet. Bear. So yeah, we all slept in the bear box on that first night. So can't wait to never do that again. All right, you guys, that's my time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jackie, for letting me review and pull you into my nightmare. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Hey.
That was great.
That was great.
That was great. Oh,
That was
What was I
great.
trying to do? Oh, that's what I was trying to do. Let's keep this thing going, everybody. This next comic, he's really funny. Give it up for Joe Gorman, everybody. Joe Gorman.
Oh my God! Expectations sky high. Let's get into it, man. It is now Saturday morning for me. I'm on the East Coast. How exciting is that? New York City, former comedy mecca of the world, turned wasteland because of COVID-19. How about that? A man eats a bat in Wuhan, China, and on the other side of the world, I can't do stand-up comedy anymore. How great. Now I get to pay $1,200 a month to sit in an apartment and do Zoom comedy, which I could theoretically do anywhere else in the world or cheaper. But it's cool to be in New York. Oh, all the history of this city. A city of tragedy. Oh my God, the power went out in my house yesterday and I was losing my fucking mind. Like the only thing I have is like, oh, okay, I'll just watch Netflix. Oh, I can't do that. And then like my phone started losing bars left and fucking right. It was intense. I was like, oh, great. Now the world's like really, really ending. And I should have spent like the 4 months in quarantine learning how to hunt with a bow and arrow. But I didn't do anything. Instead, I just watched The Sopranos and The Office back to back again and again. And I watched all of those series. I refuse to expand my mind. Everyone's like, hey, here's a good fucking show to watch. I'm like, oh, cool. Is it a sitcom from the mid-90s? Then no, I'm not going to watch it. And I don't have anything to talk about. Just how bored I am and how much money I'm spending because of my current location. I've been in the same house for just days on end. And it's like, oh, yeah, I live in Manhattan. Who cares? I'm starting to smell weird, too. I can't believe that. Like, you're supposed to take a shower every day. I know, like, there's articles saying, like, it's actually better for your body if you shower every other day because there's good bacteria. I just have bad bacteria. I'm finding that out, like, the depressing way. Thank God I'm all alone by myself. And you know it's bad when you're all alone and you notice something. So it's like, oh my God, did something die in here? Oh, my will to live. How about that, huh? Roast comedy. Remember when it was like, in like, oh, the glory days of 2019 where it's like, oh yeah, just these creepy dudes with long hair and they're just on their computer all day and they don't shower. And now that's me. I've become that, man. Like, what a fucking monkey's paw that is. Dude, I knew I should have ran over that old man in a car who cursed me with his dying breath. He whispered incel and then touched my face, and now I've become an incel. This is like a Stephen King novel. Oh my God, Scott. I'm getting scared too, folks. I'm getting scared too, man. That's like the crazy thing. I really thought, I know everyone said like this is going to be my year, but this was going to be my year. I downloaded like 5 master classes, and I have full intention of eventually getting around to watching them and not applying them. I got RuPaul's How to Be Confident and Find My True Self. I got David Sedaris on storytelling. And then I rolled the dice and I got Steve Martin's masterclass on comedy. But then Steve Martin just said, watch Joe Gorman on Zoom. What the fuck is that, huh? I guess he is pretty smart after all. What a goofball. What a fucking goofball. Hey, Steve-O Martino. How did you captivate audiences in the days when we could breathe on one another's face? All right, a fucking pretend arrow through the head doesn't carry over well on a Zoom thing. It could be triggering for people. Stop living in the past, old man Steve Martin. I also found out Steve Martin can like tap dance and sing. Hey, asshole, how about you do one thing? All right, I hate that. Don't you hate that when like a comedian is also like, oh, and here's like me playing guitar. And he fucking shreds the guitar. And I'm like, I can barely do like one thing kind of good. And now even that is like, I don't know, man. It's a scary time. I guess I just don't like people that are like, that apply themselves because I don't apply myself. Stop holding up a mirror to how awful my life is. And I have unlimited time to do anything and learn all these skills. I don't. I just have a yoga mat that is gathering dust. I should be a yogi by now. I should be able to like fucking twist and contort my body in all kinds of ways, but I didn't. I didn't apply myself. And now look, the the world's ending, and what do I have to show for it but my, I guess, invigorated and somewhat charming demeanor. I think it's kind of cool. It's like, oh, well, he's an underdog, so we're inclined to root for him. But let's be real. We like the cool guy. We don't like the underdog. We like the idea of an underdog, but only a socially acceptable underdog, because in many ways, and no one's going to like me to say this, the Unabomber was an underdog in a lot of ways, because they're like, no way can some weird guy out in the middle of the woods who doesn't like technology cause major fucking changes. He did it. He did it too. Thank God I don't have a manifesto. Wouldn't that be weird if I just go on these long ass tirades and then I have a manifesto to top it off? Yikes. I don't have any written word. Nothing can track me. All I have are these Zoom shows to show where it all goes. So thank God for that, man. Thank God for that. And thank God for Funky Sam Medina for putting me on. And you know, if it wasn't for Sam, I would just be out on the streets on a soapbox yelling my little heart out. So thank God for him for giving me an opportunity and a platform. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, Joe, I just wrote your manifesto for you. That was your set.
What is happening? Get him out of here. Is that a Zoom
Hey,
bomber
Joe,
or
it's
what?
me, Paul. You did a good job.
Oh, thanks, Paul.
Oh, you did awesome, man. Good set.
This is just Heckle Joe part of the show, you guys.
Hey,
yeah.
Joe, you're
This
so
is on
good,
the schedule
dude. I
when
want
it
to suck
says
your
Heckle
dick.
Joe at 10:45
Pat on the back,
p.m.
Joe. Pat on the back. Just
Everybody
pat on
just-
the back.
Everybody just heckles Joe. That's what we do. That's what we do. Hey,
Good
Joe
job, brother.
Gorman has... Omar, shut it the hell up.
Joe, please.
Hey, Joe Gorman has 2 mics. You guys, he has one on Wednesday and he has one on Friday. I'm sure he has more details available on his Facebook page or in his Space Comedians or everywhere you find your awesome Zoom comedy show. So check him out. He runs an awesome show. Give it up for Joe Gorman, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Just don't verbally, like, you know, Omar could just be quiet. And thank you, everybody. Mute him again. Is he muted? Oh, he's still muted. Okay. Oh my gosh, I am so traumatized. I don't even know who's next. Oh, you know what? I do know who's next because I skipped her twice today. I didn't put her on the list, and then I also didn't put her up on the mic because I thought she wasn't here. But she's here and she's going up now, and her name's on the list too. So give it for Megan Brooks, everybody. Megan Brooks.
Oh, sorry. Damn it. No, just kidding. That wasn't me originally. Yeah, so thanks for having me. It's been a while. It's been like 3 weeks since I've done a Zoom show. So.
Oh wow! Welcome back.
Yeah, and it gets just as awkward every time. Yeah, so I was reading a news article today, and unfortunately, a woman was found dead inside of a suitcase, which is awful. But I kind of just want to know, like, damn girl, how did you fit inside a suitcase? Like, what were your diet choices? Have you ever been a victim of gaslighting?
Oh.
No, you haven't. Does anybody know what a group of Karens are called? I had to look it up. A group of Karens is called a privilege. I'm feeling pretty old lately. I just turned 30 this year. And like, I literally went to go buy weed, which was like the 18-year-old behind the dumpster at Carl's Jr. And they literally, he goes, nah, bro, like, we only take Bitcoin now. Like, cash is useless. Okay. You know, a lot of businesses have been affected by this whole pandemic and by COVID. Even, you know, the NRA has been affected by COVID. Schools aren't open for school shootings, which is taking a big hit. So I have a vibrator that's really loud. Yeah, it's really loud. And I think that's why my neighbor asked me why I was vacuuming at 1 a.m. the other night. Joke's on them, that's not the landscapers. I'm single and I'm Jewish, which usually when you're 30 and single, people are like, wow, like you maybe shouldn't be or whatever. But Jewish women, they're like, yeah, you'll find somebody. And nobody's surprised. I have a thick Jewish accent. It comes out. It kind of sounds like whining. Yeah. My grandfather wanted me to marry a nice Jewish boy. And I actually ended up marrying a atheist woman. Yeah. I was out as gay for a lot of my adult life, and then I realized I was bisexual a little bit later in life. But, you know, that's kind of what led to my arrest. I got arrested recently. I was walking to my car, and these two women approached me. They were, you know, looked like police officers. They said, "Are you Megan Brooks?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "You know, you're under arrest." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And they go, "Ma'am, we're from the lesbian police department." They found me. They threw me in the back of their Volvo, took me to the kitchen. You know, they made me take everything out of my pockets, everything off my body. I took, like, you know, the chain wallet off and put that there, strap on off, like the whole thing. Yeah, they said I'm not allowed within 500 feet of a Home Depot anymore. I'm no longer allowed to watch, this one's hard. I'm no longer allowed to watch women's soccer, guys. Sexual. Yeah, and but they did let me keep my cats. So in case I get yeah. How much time do I have? I am not paying attention.
Oh, I just sent you 1 minute, so 1 minute.
Cool. Yeah, sorry, 1 second. All right, I think I'm just gonna leave it at this. The Me Too movement is really powerful, right? I think it's super powerful, honestly. Like, you know, if anybody hasn't heard of it, where have you been? But, you know, people will often post things online like, I was a victim of sexual assault, #MeToo, meaning, you know, they were too. But I really think they dropped the ball here, guys. Because considering anybody over the age of 30 knows that pound or that hashtag was originally pound. So pound me too. I don't know. Kind of, you read it wrong. Totally changes the message there a little bit. Anyways. Thank you guys. I'm Megan Brooks. Thanks for having me.
Megan Brooks, everybody. All right, let's keep this thing going along here. Your next comment coming to the stage, Jimmy Longmire, everybody. Jimmy Longmire.
Hello, everyone. I'm coming from Glasgow, Scotland, so you might struggle to understand what I'm saying, but if you don't laugh, I'm going to put on this and make it worse. I'm supposed to do a comedy set, but given the format sitting in video, I feel like the feature presentation in an ISIS broadcast. Because I'm definitely about to lose my head in lockdown. I've done loads of these gigs, loads of Zoom gigs, like gigs on YouTube, Facebook. I've done gigs all over my house, sitting in the kitchen, sitting in the living room, sitting in the hall. I've even done a gig sitting in a plate the other day. Totally smashed it. Few found out a few things doing these gigs. Found out that kids and pets at home are far more effective hecklers than fucking drunk cunts in pubs. But people tell you to be yourself when you're doing comedy. Well, here I am, completely myself in my house, doing comedy at my phone because I'm desperate for validation. And is be yourself always the best advice anyway? I mean, I'm a paranoid, anxious and depressed, recently bereaved, unemployed, recovering addict suffering from symptoms of complex PTSD, and now I'm under lockdown. I don't think you're ready for me to be myself. And is be yourself always the best advice? I mean, would you say be yourself to Jeffrey Dahmer, for example? I can imagine Jeffrey Dahmer going into his work one day ready to confess everything, and he goes up to a co-worker like, "Oh man, I have to tell you something. I keep going to bars and hitting on younger guys, and then I get drunk and I bring out sleeping tablets." Some different arsehole at chocolate factories like, Jeff, just stop right there. Be yourself. It's all good. And Jeffrey Dahmer's walked away thinking it's okay to keep heads in the fridge and try and turn people into sex zombies. And I mean, somebody's probably telling Boris Johnson and Donald Trump to be themselves every morning. Look how that's fucking turning out. Lockdown's okay. I mean, you know, like I said, I've got complex PTSD, so now I've got some boundaries that are pretty well defined. At the start of lockdown, I got a lot of exercise. I was going on little walks and stuff. And then one day I found myself in a place that was actually pretty busy, but everyone was at least 6 feet away. That was good. I don't think I'll be back to that graveyard though. At the start of lockdown, I kept myself busy, safe and well. I mainly kept myself busy by assuring everybody I know in different apps that I was safe and well. By 3 months in, whenever anybody asks how I'm doing, I feel like texting back, "I'm doing the same as you now, fuck off." Here in Britain, we had a good situation with the lockdown. There was a 100-year-old man called Captain Tom Moore. He'd done 100 laps of his garden and earned like God knows how many million for charity. He even was in the pop charts. But you know, here in Britain, we've seen old guys that like to keep fit, charm the public, raise money for charity, and have a presence in the pop charts before. That entertainment industry pedophilia scandal affected all of us. But, Stephen was talking about porn earlier. I've actually got sick of wanking in lockdown. I didn't even think it was possible. I didn't even think you could get sick of wanking. I blame 5G. I thought 5G was going to be good news for shit-in porn addicts. Even monkeys in captivity enjoy a little wank from time to time. I know that for a fact because that was an awkward family outing. But what do you do about monkeys that keep wanking if you're a zookeeper anyway? I'm sure it'd be much harder as a zookeeper to explain to an 8-year-old what a monkey is doing without hands. Another thing about lockdown as well, like I was in prison 20 years ago for 6 weeks, and people always ask me what prison's like, as if I'm going to give some fucking Shawshank Redemption story about it. And I've never been able to describe what prison was like until now. I can say prison was exactly like this lockdown, except I didn't have to put up with your partner and kids. When I came out of prison, I was a junkie, and people have always asked me about that. And now I can say being a junkie was almost exactly like this lockdown. And if you send me some drugs, I'll show you how. Yeah, I joined TikTok recently as a way of, you know, perfectly replicating the bad craziness of psychedelic drugs. But I found that doing international open mics is way more mind-bending and bizarre.
Did she stop?
See, I've been doing jokes about the lockdown, but I don't want to do any jokes about the coronavirus itself, because I'm old enough to remember people doing jokes about the planes in 9/11, and none of those landed. And I've been having loads of silly thoughts during lockdown as well, like drink driving. When did drink driving actually become a crime anyway? Like, I know in the 70s and 80s, nobody really bothered about it too much. If you get in an accident and the police asked you if you'd been drinking, it was usually out of mild curiosity. And if the answer was 3 drinks, the only thing they would take note of is the fact that you couldn't hold your drink. People actually used to leave the scene of an accident to get a few drinks, so when the police got there, they wouldn't look like a lightweight. And odds as well, we're constantly getting regional lockdowns and national lockdowns, and I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know how if the law applies to like having people over. Are you allowed? I mean, sometimes you're allowed to have people over, and then lockdown comes back, and you can't have somebody stay over. And I don't know if it applies to buildings or simply households. I'm asking for a friend who lives on the third floor. See, doing comedy keeps me sane.
Yeah,
so you could imagine what it'd be like when I'm not doing it, although you'd have to because you wouldn't be watching. I'm just thinking about Tinder. I mean, I don't know if I'm actually glad that Tinder's been shut down. So you have to actually stop and read your fucking heckles here, man. I miss live comedy.
Give the light back the light. Light. Go ahead, Rob. You can finish.
Sorry?
Oh, I said I was giving the light, but you can finish.
Yeah. Tinder hasn't been happening. I'm actually quite glad Tinder's not been happening because by the time lockdown happened, I was using pictures of myself on stage, and girls were like, "You're just looking for material, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, you got any?" And every time I go on a date, the girl would be like, I'm actually stopping to read these things. Woo!
You're good.
You know what? I'm just going to stop there and go back and read my heckles. Like, cheers.
You're good, man.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Okay, let's keep this thing going. Your next comment, give it up. Josh D. Donato, everybody. Josh D. Donato.
Hey, Josh. Hello, buddy.
Hey.
Well, there he is.
We've all got pet peeves. I'll tell you one of mine is when people don't know what a pet peeve is. You talk to some people and they'll say, you know what my pet peeve is? Racism. And it's like, no, a pet peeve is something that just bugs you and not for a good reason. It can't be something that's universally agreed to be a terrible thing. You know what my pet peeve is? Cold-blooded murder. When I'm in Starbucks and someone just like stabs the person in front of me to death, it's like, really? You really doing it right now? Can't you go outside? You just literally got blood on my phone. I'm not terribly interested in pornography, which you can probably tell from how I say the word pornography. But I guess there's a new kind of porn that seems intriguing to me. What it is all the people, they've got men and men and women and women, but all the people having sex in these videos just became American citizens that day. It's called Barely Legal. And I guess that's like a fetish for some people, you know, like that fresh new Americanness is a turn on. Okay. One of the few bright spots these days is Donald Trump is tanking the polls. Right. And, but like it's weird because there's like millions of people who were willing to vote for Donald Trump a few months ago who aren't now. So there's like all these people who are like kind of on my team now, but I'm sort of conflicted. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I want to say, so babies in cages, you were cool with that, right? And like the Muslim ban, totally fine. Find people on both sides of the Nazi debate, you were cool with that. And it just took what, your cousin dying to make the racism not worth it? Okay, welcome to the team, I guess. Good to have you. It's good it's fun watching Donald Trump try and paint Joe Biden as an extreme left-wing socialist, right? Which, you know, if you watch Joe Biden for 20 seconds, you know, he's not an extreme anything. He's like the least extreme thing. But he's also sleepy, which you would think it would take a whole lot of energy to turn this into a socialist country, right? So I'm not sure how that works exactly. He also wants to hurt the Bible and hurt God. Did you see this yesterday? Donald Trump said Joe Biden wanted to hurt God, or was going to hurt God. And I'm just like, you know, if Joe Biden can hurt God, then God's a fucking pussy, man. I mean, so what the hell? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Donald Trump needs to run against God. Maybe that's his only shot. I don't know. I think Black Lives Matter, guys. Just seeing, you know, Black Lives Matter. Do I think that because of the thousands of us marching in the streets? No. I think I really knew because of all the major corporations who let me know that Black Lives Matter. I don't decide any major policies until Bed Bath & Beyond gives me their take. I'm really excited. I think there's like another level of sponsorship that can happen. I'm looking forward to like Nike presents the Black Lives Matter protests. I think that's a good fit, you know, maybe it's a lot of wear and tear on those shoes, maybe get some shoes out to the folks. And then the other side can do some stuff, you know, like maybe Chick-fil-A can sponsor the paramilitary occupation of American cities, you know, maybe shoot some chicken lemon pepper infused tear gas at people. And you know what? Get the MyPillow guy in on it, right? Wouldn't it be great if they could just, you know, shoot like tiny, soft, comfortable beanbags into the faces of American citizens, right? Then everyone wins. Well, not everyone. Oh shit! I forgot I fucked something up on the last joke. All right, but it's my time. Thanks.
All right, Josh. Josh, give it up for Josh, everybody. All right, let's bring up your next comic. This guy's a really funny guy. Give it up for Johnny Bellow, everybody. Johnny Bellow.
Hey, everybody. Great to see you guys again. Really awesome to be here. I'm Johnny Bellow. I'm 61. I live in San Diego. And I've been doing comedy for about a year now. It's been very therapeutic for me. I was very excited. Back in January, I was able to get in on an open mic at the Comedy Store in La Jolla, which is like the Mercedes-Benz of clubs out here in San Diego. Very tough to get in there. It took me about 2 months to get in. And I've discovered recently that I'm a prop comic. I love working with props. I just find it to be a lot more fun. Well, anyway, I was on the stage at the Comedy Store. I was doing my bit. I was about a minute in, and the crowd was into it, but the security guy, a huge Latino guy, comes and basically drags me off stage, takes me out in the parking lot, throws my stuff all over the parking lot, and I'm like, ¿Cuál fue el problema, amigo? The crowd was into it. And he goes, Charlie Holmes, you can't do that kind of shit here, man. Not without permission from management. So I was just like, sorry. So again, just grateful for Hypothetical Comedy, grateful for Sam Medina, because here online, I can do whatever I want. If I want to burn my house down, it's totally up to me. So I'm going to give you my little bit, and I hope you like it. Oh, should give you the intro too, the fair warning. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are about to experience is a highly skilled, highly advanced pyrotechnical display that should only be attempted by trained professionals. Please do not, I repeat, do not try this at home. No! Whoa! That's my dick, guys.
Whoa!
Thanks, Johnny Bellow.
All right, Johnny Bellow. Hey, what were you burning? I hope those weren't my paychecks. Oh, what's going on over there?
Paper.
Somebody's wrestling with their camera. Oh, dang. Okay. Anyways, thank you very much, Johnny. Let's keep this thing rolling.
You're welcome.
I do not remember who I said was next. Oh yeah, let's go for Geo Wagner, everybody. Geo Wagner.
Woo! Hey, how's everybody doing this evening? There will be no fire, no music, and no instrumentation of any kind in my. Have you guys heard the New York Attorney General is suing the NRA? And the NRA's response was this is baseless and premeditated. Now, baseless, maybe. Premeditated? Have you ever seen a legal document? Of course it's premeditated. It takes some days to put that shit together. It takes us weeks to read it. And Terry Crews is out here telling us we need to defund Pornhub. Can somebody please explain to Terry Crews that Pornhub is not a taxpayer-funded entity? We have no control over that. That's taxes. Kind of, he doesn't understand that because he probably doesn't pay any. And have you heard that microdosing is now the new big thing? And I realized it's just the economy. Money's tight. You don't have a lot of money. You're just going to take drugs in little bitty parts. You can't afford to take the full dose. Because otherwise, we'd be high as a kite all freaking day long. And this whole pandemic, could have been avoided had our parents not convinced us that cooties did not exist. We had that social distancing down. It's like, hey, don't touch me. It's cooties. Damn our parents. They screwed us up again. And that's the thing about comics. We get a lot of our shit from the trauma that is our childhood, that is our parents. And my parents were fucking awful for comedic value. They were nice. They brought me up nice, My mom bought me a friggin' insurance policy. But I think that's for when she says, I brought you into this world, I can take you out. At least I'm gonna make some money on the deal. My girlfriend told me, never change. But then she complains about the smell. Have any of you had the opportunity to do a threesome? Round of applause, anybody? I did do a threesome. That's the advantage of being ambidextrous. I'm from Asheville, and polyamory is the big thing here. And I'm not polyamorous. I am solo amorous, just me and my right hand. So I was driving earlier today, and somebody wanted to get in, so I let him in. It's being nice. And when you let somebody in, what do you want? You want the wave, right? Some acknowledgement. You did something nice. I didn't get the wave. So I pull up next to him. I look over. Still no wave. So I put him into the wall. I put him into the wall hard because they don't teach them, they'll never learn. And you know what? He was learning. He was waving. Of course, it was the one finger wave, but it is a start. And it did give me that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you help somebody improve themselves. You know the on ramps and that are also off ramps. The one continuous thing. Some people are getting on, some people are getting off. I'm driving. I get on the off ramp, and the car in front of me is trying to get off. The car next to him is trying to get on, and they kind of make that that move that you make when you indicate you kind of want to get over, and they're not letting you. And they're trying to get over, and they're not letting you. And I'm sitting there watching this dance going back and forth, wondering if they're going to run out of road before they finally figure this out. Luckily, they did. Otherwise, I'd probably have been late because I would have had to wait for the ambulance to come. The other day, I had a suicidal possum. Driving along, this possum runs out in the road. I move over to the next lane. Possum moves over to the next lane. I move back. He moves back. After going, I end up in the off-ramp, having to decide, do I go into the ditch or do I hit the possum? So I hit the possum.
Yeah.
$1,000 worth of damage later. The Geico has insurance, but not the possum. Can I sue a possum? I mean, I can't sue that possum. He's dead. But can I sue his wife and kids? I want his wife and kids on the street. Well, no. On the street was how this all started. Never mind. I got 1 minute. I thought it was already almost outside. I thought it was 5 minutes. Oh, 6 minutes. Okay. I'll go with this one. In the drive-through, okay? Drive off, they mess up my order, as they often do. So I go back, I get a new sandwich, fries are cold, get new fries. As I'm leaving, I grab a couple of fries, toss them in my mouth. And I feel something. A long hair in my fries. It's disgusting, unclean, unsanitary. I will not be going back there, but this left me physically shaken. So I just went straight to my girlfriend's and ate her ass. Of course, I had to break up with her. I found a French fry. That is my time. You guys have a great night.
All right, keep going for Gio, everybody. Gio Wagner. Okay, let's bring up your next comic. He's here. Get it for... I almost put his first name first. Lukov, comma Nico. Nico Lukov, everybody.
Thanks, buddy. But in case Athena's wondering, this is normal speed talking right now. It's absolute standard. So I doesn't ask about that in the chat room right now. Transition. So I was raised in the only Jewish household. The only Jewish household that didn't have any humor. Yeah, we didn't do jokes. The only roast was a brisket, and we didn't even do sarcasm. Yeah, that was super fun. Fuck, we're gonna get there, or maybe I don't know. We'll get this. We'll see. We did have this. So we had lots of passive aggression. Lots of passive aggression. But I would have thought that you would have known that by now. I think volleyball was invented for people who just don't know how to catch. They're like, basketballs are too heavy, balloons are too light. What do we do? And then they had to make it official, so then they went to a tennis court. And some dude grabbed the net and went like this. We did it! And then they were replaced with some poles later on. That's so stupid. And I read it on the internet. It's true, I'm sure. It's Wikipedia or something.
Poles.
The other day, I sat in a tall wooden chair. It's getting exciting. We're talking about chairs and volleyball. The other day, I sat on this tall wooden chair. It didn't have any armrest. It didn't have a backrest. Like, overall, it's pretty uncomfortable. Helped a little bit when I put a pillow on top. Yeah, I just used a stool softener. That's a numb-ass joke. That is a numb-ass joke. Maybe sit with it for a while. That's what you think. That's kind of a new one. It's been fun playing with. I think it's got legs. I got busted in high school for selling weed. Yeah, transition. Got busted in high school for selling weed because you're not supposed to do that there. Yeah. Like, I was just trying to turn frowns upside down, and they frowned upon it. And I made the same mistake that a lot of passionate people make, you know, and I took what was my favorite hobby at the time and just ruined it by turning it into a job. This was a job that obviously wasn't any good. I mean, I got busted, but look, I was 15 years old. I didn't know much about business, okay? I just knew that I was supposed to buy low, sell high. Took it a little too literally, you know? So the other day I did that high-low thing on the Zoom and the literally part, and I get a message in the chat, and look, I'm obviously a very professional Zoom open mic comedian. That stuff you guys channel what you want, I don't give a shit. But somehow this caught my attention, and here's what the person said. They put all caps, they wrote, "Not to be that guy." So I'm like, oh shit, is there something I gotta address? Like maybe I should see what's going on. I read it. He wrote, "Not to be that guy," because this is what angry typing looks like. Not to be that guy. And I know, Omar, you're gonna do this right now. I don't give a shit. Fuck up. It says, "Not to be that guy." But I think you meant to say figuratively instead of literally. And that's how he sounded too, in his head, in my head, from his angry typing, right? And I was like, you are literally being that guy right now. Also, you're wrong. I meant what I said, motherfucker. And thank you, though, for literally helping me add about 1:20 to my set.
You're welcome.
Anyway, all semantics anyway. Like, fucking dude is just being anti-semantic. That's kind of a thing because I said it was Jewish. You know what I'm saying? That's a new part. That's fun. That's fun. Back to the other story, really quick. I think I have a little bit of time left. Little, you're good. So I got busted for selling weed. I got locked up for a little bit. Like, I was the only Jew in juvenile hall. Yeah, I put the Jew in juvie. And I got out way sooner than I should have because some stereotypes are true. My parents had a really good Jewish lawyer. Yeah, he went to the judge and he goes, "Let my people go." And they did. For like 3 years now, 3 weeks. Mazel tov l'chaim, yay! Am I at time right now?
Just about.
All right.
15 seconds.
Then I got on probation, and I know he said just about, so everyone else was like 5 more minutes. I got on probation, which meant I had to take, I'll be quick, meant I had to take all these drug tests, and I was never good at tests, but I was very good at drug. And I forget how to pass when I shouldn't. I did some stuff with my tests. I studied for the first time in my life. I passed a bunch, but then they started testing me too often. I didn't have time, you know? More like POTS quizzes. I failed a bunch of those, and it turned out the whole time they had not been grading me on a curve. No curve for drug tests. Remember that, folks. Thank you so much. Join this place, comedians, if you haven't already. Love y'all. Love this place.
All right, keep it going for Nico, everybody. Woo. Okay, that was enough. That was enough for him. Let's go to your next comic. This guy is from my local scene. He's a real cool dude. He's not, you know, he's. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna just bring him up. Alex Torres, everybody.
Hey, how we doing, people? Hey, we're going from Nico Lukoff and his Jew jokes to me and my no jokes. All right, let's do this. Oh man, wait before I go. Funky San Medina and Athena, are you? What is this? You guys are in separate rooms. You know, I don't have two parents, so this is very awkward for me. Are we okay?
No, actually,
are we okay?
We're in the same room, actually.
Oh, so yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. Well, you can hear both
you guys
of
are
us
just
on my microphone.
from different phones. It feels really weird.
I'm on PC.
Well, give it up for your host, Funky San Medina, everybody. Yeah. This was great place. I just want to say thank you to Sam for letting me go up so early.
This is early? Jesus.
Yeah, I live with my mom. So, yeah, it's just kind of tough, you know, because last time I was doing a set, my mom started yelling at me to go to sleep. I can't risk losing any more street cred in the Zoom community, as you guys may know. And like everyone always asks the same thing. Oh, you live at home. Do you even pay rent? Come on, people. Who do you think I am? Of course I pay rent. All right. I pay my mom with love. With love. Let's see. What else? My house is haunted. I mean, my grandma's visiting this week. Oh man, it's all good. I imagine myself as a Ghostbuster, anyways. If you know the song, you could sing it with me. If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Immigration. Okay. Oh God, it's been a good week. I've only cried twice.
Woo!
This might get a little dark, but I had thought about ending my life. I'd leave a note, and the note would read, "Be right back." Just a little surprise for whoever finds it, you know. Will I ever be back? To be continued. It's a show. That's new. Don't worry about that. You're not supposed to laugh. This year has been a shit show, though. Oh God, it hasn't been all bad. You know, I did make my first dollar doing stand up this year. I was in a showcase up in Fremont. I guess I have to say Fremont, California, because we're not from the same place. Fremont, California. I went up, I did my set, and this guy yelled out, "I'll give you $1 to stop."
Commit.
Yeah, man. It goes to show you hard work pays off, you know, guys. You just gotta really hunker down, you know. Don't worry about Fremont. Oh God. Oh yeah, I wanted to share this picture of my two best friends. I would be faster with bringing up this picture, but I have been drinking this entire time. Hate when that happens, huh? But what else are you supposed to do in a Zoom open mic? Anyways, here's the picture. I'm not sure if you could tell. One of them is on drugs, and the other is on more drugs. Yeah. Good friends. I was talking to one of my friends, and he said, well, yes, he goes, "Alex, are we bad people?" And I said, "Oh, buddy, no." He goes, "Okay, so we're good people." And I was like, "Oh, buddy, no." Come on, no. I think I'm a good person, though. Well, I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure if you guys know Faco, but Faco was mad at me. I know. I sent him a GIF, and it used up all his data. He doesn't want to talk to me anymore. It's okay. He doesn't have enough minutes. Anyways. On top of that, you know, I've been inside for so long. I've been playing a lot of online poker. I think I might have a gambling problem. Actually, I'd bet on it. It's okay. If you didn't like that joke, neither do I. I gotta admit it here, so I'll just tell you the craziest thing that happened. I was in quarantine 2 weeks in, and I saw this girl on Snapchat posting videos of herself and her friends on just like in this little cramped motel room, right? And she was yelling, "I'm a bad bitch. I don't give a fuck about Corona. I drink Modelo's. Ain't no one gonna tell me what to do. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch." And I thought to myself, "You're not a bad bitch. Bitch, you're just bad." She's dead now.
Good.
Omar. Omar. Jesus. Omar's showing his asshole again. Oh no, it's just Omar's face. Oh no. That's really mean. That's really low. Sorry, Omar. That's exactly how it looked. You don't have to remind me.
Apologize.
Anyways, on that note, I'll give it back to Spunky San Medina.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Give it back stories, everybody. Omar, was that Omar in the picture with you? You and Omar in pictures like from 10 years ago? All right, you guys, we've reached our last comic of the night. So let's keep this thing going. We're almost done. Thanks for hanging out. Get it for Uriah Hockeys, everybody.
Woo! Right. What's up, guys? What's up?
What's up, man?
Hey, oh, hold on. Sorry about that. my fucking my shoelaces, man. It's like I have to tie my shoes. It's not what it looks like, all right? Tie my shoes. While giving myself a virtual blowjob. Come on. Come on, get it together. I had to create a clone of myself because, you know, it's just like lonely. Mwah, there we go. Especially, you know, guys, being lonely here, quarantined, it can get lonely. It can get rough. You know, that's why, again, my virtual clone. And it's tough when you have addictions. You know, I'm a recovering sex addict. I just recovered about an hour ago, and yeah, and I'm ready for some more sex. So if anybody wants to bang one out, if Sam set up a Zoom boom breakout room, I'm down. So you know, virtually, of course, because, you know, physically we can't, because I'm married, and that wouldn't go well with my wife. So. Actually, even the virtual, just scratch out the whole thing, scratch out everything I said. I used to have an alcohol addiction, and I knew I liked alcohol, you know, when I first blacked out on rum cake. I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I loved that stuff, and I was like, Mom, I wanted more. I was like, more blackouts, Mom, more blackouts. Those were my only words I knew, more blackouts, for a long time. Yeah. And in my 20s, it became, I had a major drinking problem. And the problem was that I couldn't afford it. And so nobody wanted to hang out with me. All my friends thought I was a loser, you know, couldn't buy beer. And in my 30s, it destroyed a lot of relationships, meaningful relationships too, you know, one in particular, and it was because of a threesome. Yeah. If you're in a meaningful relationship, you know, like, this is the one I'm going to marry, don't have a threesome, because threesomes truly destroy relationships, especially like when your partner is not involved. Yeah, it's just, they should be like on the invite, at least prerequisite. Yeah. So I've been trying to do the like sober October, you know, November, no nut November. You know, I don't know if I have to explain that. I can't bust a nut. I can't even have a wet dream. Let's just say that. Okay, I can't have a wet dream during that time. And then on December, I failed this one, Kill Yourself December. I'm still here. Yeah. I mean, because what's the reason? What's the reason to live if you can't drink a beer and bust a nut, right? That's what right? What I'm talking about.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Yeah, and I apologize, guys. I apologize for my screen name. Shit. That's actually my son's nickname for his Zoom play dates. He likes to be called wait, I think it's Bug. Oh yeah, Bug Duck Mister. Yeah, it caught the parents. You should have seen the parents' faces. It caught them off guard. They're like, he's no way a big dick master. No way. So I got to change that. Sorry, guys. Don't go to a meeting at work if it says Coke Monster. Don't even, especially when you have powder on your nose. I'm like, oh. That's why I shave. That's why I shave, because I get white hairs and it looks like I do Coke all the time. I'm like, yeah, right here, bam. But I don't. Only once a week. No, not really. Where should I go with this? Yeah, I miss hanging out with my son, going to carnivals. You know, if you guys have been to carnivals, they're kind of, you know, underrated. There's some underrated rides. You know, the rides that are underrated for us is like the ones that are not operated by a crackhead. I don't know. Yeah. You're like, is that a grandma or is that a crackhead? And grandma operators are key. They are key to the, now you're making me laugh. Come on, Athena. But no, grandmas are the key to being a good operator of a ride, because crackheads, they just operate the ride like too fast. You know, they're like, all right, we're all done. And you're like, we haven't even gone on yet, you know, and they're like, you want some crack? Like, I'm with my 3-year-old here. Maybe afterwards, but later. Yeah, so I'll leave you off with this. My son, he's been challenging me. The other day, I was walking around without my shirt on, and he said, Dad, and I was walking, and he was like, Dad, your belly buttons are jiggling. And I went up to him, and I was like, my belly buttons? Don't you mean my belly button? And he's like, oh, yeah, Dad. And then he flicked my nipple and said, I meant your titties too. And yeah, I don't know where he gets that mouth, but I've been making pancakes for him since I've been spending so much time with him, like character pancakes. He's been having me make character pancakes. So I've been like, all right, I'm going to make you a Mickey Mouse pancake. And then he's all, Dad, make me an airplane. So I made him an airplane pancake, which was pretty fun. And then he wanted a rocket. And so then I made him a rocket pancake. That didn't come out too well. That's just, let's admit it. Come on. And it didn't look really well when I put whipped cream right on top. It just did not look right. I just told him it was a big nose. My nose. Well, that's perfect. My time, guys. My name is Uriah Hawkins. Give it up for your host.
Hey, that last photo looks strangely like something that Nico sent me on Facebook a couple days ago.
Oh, dang.
All right, you guys, that was our mic. Thank you very much for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I'm going to turn everything off.
Sam.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to hang out here for a little while, and I really hope Omar puts a shirt on. And if you guys wanna hang out,
can we
hang
talk
out.
about that?
Hey,
Omar
relax.
was writing shit down. Did you put me on the list, motherfucker?
That was funny as hell.
No, dude, no. I was writing notes on a joke. Look, I wrote a couple of jokes. And I wrote down the back